Kearns Realty, Dr. Isaacs, Jesse Insurance, Snappy Tomato, Thoroughbred, Mattingly Sims Robinson and McCain, Springfield State Bank, ARC, Carico Body Shop, Lebanon Tourist Commission, and the Marion County Industrial Foundation. Time now to head to the field with Hal B. Good and the crew for Washington County Football, a G&G production.
We're at Thomas Nelson High School for the game of the week as the Generals play host to the Washington County Commanders. Both teams come in with a record of 1-1 after victories in their first week of high school football last week. Washington County traveled to Nelson County, and the Commanders came up with a 42-35 victory. Meanwhile, it was the Thomas Nelson Generals as they traveled to the John J. Boswell Field on the campus of Marion County High School. They came up with a victory. It was Thomas Nelson 34, Marion County 7. Well, tonight, the Generals and the Commanders, they strap it on and get ready to go, which we are about 43 minutes away from the kickoff of Washington County and Thomas Nelson tonight on G&G Productions. Hi, everybody. Hal B. Good, field side. I'll be joined by John Graves in just a moment. Glad to have you alongside of G&G Productions' second week of high school football right here on Facebook Live, G&G Production, and we are so delighted to be here at beautiful Thomas Nelson Field as we get ready for high school football here this evening, and we have the anticipation of a really good game here this evening as Washington County and Thomas Nelson come off of a huge victory between the teams last week. We'll talk much more about that. Also, coming up in the next half hour, we're also going to talk about the loss of a dear friend in high school football, that being Marion County head football coach Rob Reeder. For those of you that don't know, Reeder did pass away this past week as he succumbed to cancer. Hard fight, and John and I will talk more about that coming up for you in just a few moments. This is the Snappy Tomato pregame show. Glad to have you alongside. Brought to you by Snappy Tomato Pizza in Springfield. John Graves is standing patiently down on the field. Mr. Graves, always a pleasure to see you and have you alongside this evening. As I go to you and we zoom in, it's a good time for me to tell everyone, please tell your friends, send them an invitation to join us tonight for this broadcast as we're going to have it all for them here this evening.
Yeah, thanks, Hal. Yes, hit that like button, hit that share button, help us build an audience. The more games, the more people we get watching, the easier it is for us to broadcast these games. And, man, is it a nice night in Central Kentucky. You know, I got a couple sprinkles here on me, Hal, but I will take it over the 90-degree weather we had about 1 o'clock this afternoon. We had some severe weather roll in through the area. I know Marion County had some pretty severe rain come through Springfield. When I left the house, I didn't have electricity, but it's a little muggy, but it's not hot. And I can take muggy over hot. As long as I don't get muggy and hot, I'm good.
Can me and Matthew Smith vote on that? Because I think we are sweating up here, man. It is muggy here this evening. But if you're coming to the game, I don't think you have to bring all the rain gear because, John, you're right. Showers are starting to move out of the area.
They are. I will. If any Washington County fans are kind of catching up with us, I will tell you when you come into Thomas Nelson, they have a visitor's gate that is over by the softball field. So if you're going to watch us in the stands, but if you're coming over to the game tonight, make sure you go to the visitor's gate so that they'll get you in and get you in quicker so you're not standing in the rain having to walk back and forth.
Nice win before we go to some of the coaches and the interviews you've got lined up. Nice win for Washington County last week.
It was. You know, they come out and first three plays were scripted, and we hadn't seen anybody outside of the 25 plays that we had against Eminence. And Nelson County hit us in our mouth. And like the great Rocky Balboa said, or Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the mouth. We recovered, and that's what an older team does when you've got 10 seniors on this Washington County team. They make adjustments and everything. It's different with COVID. Everything's a little different. You don't get your normal routine. Your coaches are trying to understand what that looks like, and so are your players. But Washington County pulled out to win. It wasn't pretty. A lot of things went on in practice this week, and they were able to clean up a lot of that.
And Generals coach Joe Peak, he's looking for a better year this year. Had a rough 2020 with the Generals. They only won 1 of 8 games, and it was a 28-27 thriller over rival Nelson County. Scored only 104 points during the year with 58 of them coming in 2 games, but he's got his Generals believing.
He does. You know, they started season 1-0, and I'm interested when I get up there when the last time they started a season 1-0 and how they've come off. Nelson County has been that rivalry game, and it's been a struggle for them, Nelson, both since they've split and Thomas Nelson was created. But they've got a bunch of kids out here. I think I counted 46 on the roster when I did that earlier today. That's a lot of kids for a 3A school, and they're big. I mean, you don't realize and can't tell on the screen what size these kids are, but I mean, some of these kids are pretty good size.
Okay, Chief, we got work to do. I'll be coming back down to you in a minute. John's going to lead you through the Snappy Tomato pregame show. We're going to take our first time out. When we come back, we'll take a look at not only talking to Coach Eric Sagerson of Washington County, but also we will come back and take a look at who's next for these teams. Who will they be playing and who will they be going to? And we'll talk more about that as that's coming up for you in just a moment. You are listening to High School Sports, which is a G&G production.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
You work hard your entire career. Let Thoroughbred Asset Management help you finish strong and get across the finish line.
We have access to all types of investments. We have the tools and strategies that we need to help make your goals become reality.
And we will work in your best interest to help you succeed.
Come see us here at Thoroughbred and we can help do the hard work for you.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Hal Goot, John Graves down the field. Go to him just a moment. Washington County, Thomas Nelson, Joe Peak, head coach of the Thomas Nelson Generals. They're Class 3A, District number 3. Washington County with Coach Eric Sagerson is Class 2A, District number 4. And John Graves is down on the field with Eric Sagerson, head coach of the Commanders. John?
Coach, welcome back, week 2. We're going to step this way so we don't get knocked over by some of your routes. How did practice go this week?
It was good. It was hot and it was a little disjointed with the heat, and we was under heat index warnings all week. So we did what we could do. We had good full practices, but some of it was unpadded, which I don't love going into a game. Especially our tackling. We were able to tackle some, but I thought tackling was still a huge point of emphasis for us. Where we got a late start with the COVID thing, and then one scrimmage, and it's something we still need to be working on a lot. So we worked on it, but I wish we'd have had a few more days in pads without the heat, but it is what it is. And, we had to get acclimated to the heat with the issues we had last week with cramps and all that good stuff. So, but it's all good. I thought the kids' heads are in the right spot. We had good mental work a lot of days, and I think they're ready to play.
What did you take away from that Nelson County game after watching the film?
Well, I was real pleased with our effort. I was real pleased with, when I went back and watched the film, we got a bunch of things to clean up, a bunch of little things that young guys that they kind of take for granted, and positioning and blocking in the secondary and making sure that, our leverages are right and that kind of things on our route running. But, I was pleased with it. We're super young, This is all learning to us, especially at the skill position. I thought our offensive line, did some really good things late in the game and kind of carried us across the home stretch, which is what you want. But I took out of it that we need to be in better shape, and we had to create depth. So we're gonna have to rotate a little more tonight and get guys more breaks early. Hopefully with the weather tonight, we won't have as many issues.
I'm sure you preached water all week to your guys.
Absolutely, we talk about it. We talk about it all the time, but until you go out there and they realize how important it is, sometimes I feel like they think they're young and they can get through anything. But some of them found out last week that you can't hydrate on Friday afternoon. You can't hydrate Friday morning. It takes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What you put in your body on Friday, that's gonna get you through Saturday, not Friday. So
I would be willing to bet John McDonald drank a 55-gallon drum of water this week.
Boy, I sent him a bunch of messages at night telling him to hydrate. It wouldn't say nothing else, just say hydrate. After practice, hydrate. During the school day, hydrate. He was in a pretty good amount of pain with cramps, so
yes,
I think he learned a valuable lesson.
He said his earlobes hurt when we were in the locker room last week. Coach, tell me about this Thomas Nelson team.
Man, they're much improved, and his numbers are up. They're just solid everywhere. They up front on offense and defense, all their kids seem to look the same. They look like they're cookie cut, which is a good thing. It's what you want. You want a bunch of 225, 230-pound kids that can run, tackle. I thought they just got after Marion last week. They were hungry to win. We've given them some tough losses in the last 6 or 7 years, and I told the kids all week that they want us. So we're gonna have to play really well, and I think it'll be an absolute dogfight. I think they're a little better than the team we faced last week. So it's gonna be a tough game.
What do you think about your quarterback, Bo Baker? What about his performance last week and how he has matured even this week? Has he made that jump after week one?
Yeah, I think last week he had a lot of nerves, and our offense is about him making decisions. And last week, we talked about, we watched film, and we talked about, hey, we got to do a better job of you reading through your progressions and not getting hung on one or not getting hung on two and that kind of thing. So he worked on that this week, and he's going to keep growing as sophomore. It's the first game he ever threw a pass in with somebody at his feet, and I thought, he did an awfully good job, and he's a captain, and there's a reason why. So I feel sure he'll take steps again this week, and I think we'll see a better version of him tonight.
Let's see. They're not. I think they're practicing. I'm gonna take Kobe out of the equation. I'm gonna take Waylon out of the equation. Who's that third guy that's got to step up tonight to get a win?
I think Will Pettis. Will Pettis has got to be big for us, and I'm on Will all the time, and it's only because I want him to be what he's capable of being, and he goes hard. But Will's his hardest critic is himself. Yeah. If we got to get him to play the next play and not think about the play before, because he's a special kid, and I love him to death, and he can really be another playmaker for us that I thought last week he wasn't as impactful. So we got to get him rolling early, get him the ball early. I think he's a big piece to what we want to do offensively and defensively. So he's got to be big this week for us.
All right, Coach. There you go. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight as you face the Generals. You've got the words. Will Pettis is the key tonight. I'm going to start taking people away from him and make him go deeper in that chart.
Thank you, John. Again, John with the Snappy Tomato Pizza pregame show. Down the field talking with Coach Eric Sangersey. We'll take another timeout and plus have station identification. We're only 30 minutes away from the kickoff of Washington County and Thomas Nelson High School Sports, a G&G production.
WOKH, Lebanon, Bardstown, Springfield, 102.7 FM, a G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Heartland. Call or text today. Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Here's Scott Fatisi with Dr. John Isaacs Jr. Dentistry at 33 Bobolink Drive in Springfield.
Thanks, Hal. We will be open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5 and on Friday from 8 to 12. To ensure your safety and the safety of our staff, we have implemented several new protocols for your visit. So we're asking all of our patients to wait in their car and call us to let us know that you have arrived. One of our staff will come out and get you and bring you directly to a room, as our waiting room will remain closed for now. All patients need to be wearing a face covering, whether it be a mask, scarf, or bandana. Our staff will be wearing enhanced protective gear for your visit. We are also conducting temperature checks of our staff daily. We are very happy to be able to offer our full range of services to the community at this time, so to schedule an appointment or if you have any questions, please give us a call at 859-336-7680. Thank you.
A warm hello, a friendly smile, real people you're connecting to.
Springfield State Bank offers local banking at the touch of a screen. We've upgraded our internet banking with the latest state-of-the-art technology to offer online chat assistance, notifications, transfers between financial institutions, and much, much more. Our mobile banking has also been enhanced so you can now view check images through the mobile app on your phone and reset your password there as well. You can also log in with your face or thumbprint if your phone has that feature. Springfield State Bank, local banking with world-class service. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Knowing your dreams can come true. Your hometown bank, built and growing on friendly service. Springfield State Bank.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Halgood John Graves. We're about 28 minutes away from the kickoff. Washington County, Thomas Nelson, both 1-0. John Graves is down the field.
Coach, it's another episode of Meet the Coach. We've got so many, we want to make sure everybody knows they are. This week we got Coach Smith. Coach, played for Washington County. Tell us the years and then where you went from there.
Yeah, I played at Washington County all 4 years. I graduated in 2014. Okay, after that, I took a year off from football, and I went to ECTC for a year. Got in the weight room and really developed physically. I was in high school. I was real small, and then started developing. I was kind of a late bloomer, as you would say. And then after that, I started gaining some weight, started maturing, and then went to University of Cumberland for 4 years. Loved it there. My last year, I was an all-conference lineman. Okay, so then I loved it there, and it really taught me what football was, and I wanted to stay around the game, so that's why I wanted to coach.
So this is your second year back with the program, is that right?
Yeah, second year back with the program. My first year, I started out at Central Hardin with Coach Tim Mattingly. Yep. And loved it there. I wasn't that I wanted to leave. I just had the opportunity to come back home and had a bunch of things going on that brought me back home. Okay, I want to start a family here and different things, so that's really what brought me home.
Now, speaking of starting a family, it's been a big week for you.
It is. Yeah, it is. I just got my first son on August 22nd. Just born just this past Sunday, and it's been really life-changing. Best thing in the world. Best feeling I've ever had in my life.
Has he been in the weight room yet, or are you going to hold off till week 2?
Hold off to week 2. I got him some dumbbell rattlers ready to go, though.
All right, and for those that don't know, you've got a little pedigree about you. You've got, I think, a dad and uncle that played at the, what was that school? University of Kentucky.
Yeah, University of Kentucky, both the dad, Larry Smith, and Jeff Smith, both played at University of Kentucky, which they played here at Washington County, too, and all Washington County natives, and they're still, which Jeff lives in Florida now, but Dad's still around here, and he's coaching the middle school team right now.
Yeah, and real quick on the middle school team, they're 2-0. I mean, he's got them popping. There's some bright things coming for this Washington County team.
It really is, and that's a good thing for us too. He's developing them there, and that's really what helps the high school out is we have a middle school program that can develop kids just physically and just working on the fundamentals really.
Your area of significance with the team, you do OL, offense, defensive line, correct?
Yes, sir. That's it. Offensive line. Which this past year, Coach State texted me and asked me if that's what I want to do, and when he told me that, I was the happiest moment I've had in my life because that's where I told him that's where I wanted to live and breathe. As a coach, it was in the trenches at the offensive line.
Happiest moment all the way up until this Sunday, right? And when you got married, right?
That's exactly right. Yes.
All right, just to make sure we had it clear. Coaches, what about this defensive line? You know, you got some older kids on there. You start one freshman, one junior, and 3 seniors on the offensive line. Talk a little bit about that group.
Yeah, I mean, which we have them really good. Which some of them are older, but a lot of them didn't have the most experience. Okay, we still had some older guys, but they haven't played much. But this year, man, they've gotten in the weight room, they've gotten stronger, and they really developed. I told them, that's what I told them was as a unit. Okay, they really developed as a unit. They're playing as one, and they're communicating, they're talking. That's really I just try to teach them to think simple. Okay, don't think complicated; it'll confuse them. But if they think simple and know what they're doing and they can execute what they're doing, that's when we can be successful.
All right, Coach. Thanks for taking a couple minutes with us. Good luck tonight. That is the Smith Heritage. Jeff, Larry, those are big names. If you know Washington County football, you've heard those names over the years.
Well, there's one thing about it, John. If you use the word big with Smith, I mean, how tall is he? How tall is that? I mean, he's grown since high school.
He has. So I remember when he was on the field, he probably runs about 6'4". Runs about 6'4". But he looked a lot like, he looked a lot like a goalpost when he was in high school. And then he started playing at Cumberland's, and I'm like,
right.
Lord. I mean, he got in the weight room, and I'm going to tell you guys, if you watch on the sidelines, if you're here watching the broadcast, watch a big play happen, and you'll see him flex and show them guns. And I'm tell you what, he's a big dude, and he takes care of the weightlifting, and it's really elevated our offensive and defensive line.
He had another uncle, Eric, who played for Eastern Kentucky University, so a very strong family of football. And, of course, he's just I see his dear mama when I go to the doctor, and it's just good to see her. And, I mean, his dad, Larry Smith, I'm just going to tell you, he's a gem of a person there in Washington County. So fortunate to have him on board, John. Good interview.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go get some referees, and we'll be back with you.
We're only about 23 minutes away from the kickoff of Washington County and Thomas Nelson. We do need to take another timeout as we fit in here. We'll be back, and when we come back, we are going to talk about Thomas Nelson. We want to talk about Coach Peak's team. Joe Peak has really been working hard on it. Feels like he's got a good group of seniors this year, some good leaders. Leadership of seniors Chase Girdley and Brandon Smith. Those are just a couple that we're going to talk about. You'll want to keep it right here. We're going to be back with more in just a moment. This is High School Sports, a G&G production.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky, has always been known as a legendary place for dining, and it still is. Lebanon offers great options for virtually every type of dining. Fine cuisine with a chef-driven menu? We have it. Country dining with a local flair? We have it. How about a great lunch spot? We have it. We even have an old-time fountain drink counter, a 50-style drive-in with the best chili dog around, and a sweet shop complete with hand-dipped ice cream. For a complete listing of all the wonderful places to eat in Lebanon, go to visitlebanonky.com.
There's an old football adage that says good enough isn't good enough. That's true on the football field and in life. When problems happen, when you need advice, don't go to an attorney who is just good enough. At Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, our team commands excellence. We take your legal needs personally, whether it's fighting with the big insurance companies after a car accident or in a divorce or custody action. We will leave it all on the field for you. Remember, the attorney that you choose matters. So give us a call, follow us on Facebook, and don't settle for good enough. Let our team at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain tackle the tough stuff.
Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Offices in downtown Springfield. 859-336-3901.
This is an advertisement.
If you're in the market to find someone to fix that car, truck, or van, let me make a suggestion, because you got to go to somebody you can trust. Go see Philip Carrico of Carrico's Body Shop in Fredericktown. Carrico's Body Shop. They're at 3676 Cane Run Road in Springfield. But everybody knows, if you want to go to Carrico's Body Shop, head to see Philip Carrico in the Burg. That number's 859-284-5309. Carrico's Body Shop in Springfield. Or the Burg, I might say.
One of Diageo's newest additions is right here in Lebanon. Do you have an intense sense of ownership and a strong desire to master the bourbon production process? If so, Diageo may be the company for you. The Diageo Lebanon Distillery is now hiring for bourbon production experts. For more information, please visit the Lebanon-Marion County Career Center at 516 Workshop Lane or apply online at www.diageo.com.
Putting people back to work. This is brought to you by the Marion County Industrial Authority.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, home of the Generals, Hal Good, joined by John Graves. We go down the field to John in just a moment. But again, coming into tonight's game, both teams are 1-0 after their first week. And John down on the field, we talked about some of the rain rolling in. Talked about the humidity that's out there now, but it's feeling pretty good. We've got a little breeze, me and Matt Smith with Pixel Phase Media. We're feeling pretty good up here right now.
I'm telling you what, grass a little wet. It's not bad though. This is a nice field. We have the best field, I think, grass field in the area. But I'm going to tell you what, they've got some work done to this one. There's a couple little spots that are a little rough. It's a little fluffier than what we've got to house, but they've got a great track here tonight.
Flip of the coin, are they going to do that?
They're going to do it midfield here as soon as Coach Peak walks out. So I'm going to try to go grab Coach Peak and maybe do one of those walking interviews. Bubba, if you can hear me, I'll go down and we'll try to grab one of those walking interviews because I don't want to hold him up from his preparation.
Well, we'll let you do that, and what we'll do is we'll come back up to me, and what I'll do is I want to go over and I want to look at what's coming up next because it is going to be a busy, busy season for both of these ball clubs, but for Washington County because our game of the week next week is going to be Kentucky Country Day. It'll be the first home game for Washington County of the season, so we'll be at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield for that matchup, and that'll be the game that we'll be bringing you. It should be a good game. It'll be a good home game. As we bring that to you, we hope you join us. It'll be our game of the week.
Hey, Matt,
let's
can you
go
hear
down
me?
on the
Hold
field.
on. Nope.
John Graves is down the field. Let's go down the fields to John Graves. John?
Actually, Hal, I'm going to send it back up to you for just a minute. I got some technical stuff to do, but I need to talk to Matt.
Very good. Then I'll continue on. That's the glory of live. That's the glory of live. That anything can happen, and it usually does. Coming up on September the 10th, Washington County will travel to Bethlehem. It'll be Washington County at Bethlehem, and that, again, will be on September the 10th. We'll have that game as well for you right here on Facebook Live with a G&G production. Coming up on the 17th, it'll be a big game. Marion County at Washington County. We'll have that game for you. That'll be on September the 17th. Then Washington County will be on the road. They travel to Trimble County on October the 1st for a non-district contest. Then it'll be on October the 8th. Lexington Christian. District starts for Washington County. Lexington Christian will be at home for Washington County, and we'll have that game for you as well on G&G Productions. Then the next two games are both district games on the 15th. Danville away and Somerset away. The Briar Jumpers and the Admirals will both be district games for Washington County, but both are on the road. And then Adair County is the final game for Washington County on October 29th. We'll have that game for you. It'll be senior night at Washington County High School, so we're looking forward to bringing you those games. So that's some of the games that we'll be bringing for you that are going to be coming up for you right here on G&G Productions. We're glad to be able to do that. As far as for Thomas Nelson, quickly, here's what it looks like for them. Next week, they've really got a big game because they got Bethlehem next week. So they'll be on the road to Bethlehem, really just traveling down the road about 3 miles to Bethlehem's new football field. Then on September 10th, it's Atherton. Coming up on the 17th, it's Kentucky Country Day. September 24th, it'll be Elizabethtown right here, and the Panthers are very tough. They're hard to handle. They're going to be, they lost a lot last year, but they're going to be back this year and have another fine team. LaRue County for Thomas Nelson on October the 1st. October the 15th, they go across town to Bardstown, and that's never going to be anything simple whenever you take on the Bardstown Tigers. October 22nd, Nelson County at home for Thomas Nelson. A much improved Nelson County team. They'll be coming in here to Thomas Nelson. And then on October 29th, Warren Central. That'll be a home game for Thomas Nelson as well. So that game will be right here at Thomas Nelson High School. So that gives you an idea of what both these teams are going to be faced with in the upcoming weeks. And everyone's keeping their fingers crossed about COVID-19. Of course, Marion County, that game tonight against North Laurel was canceled, not having it due to some of the team being diagnosed and unfortunately being put in quarantine. So that was the word that we got from the athletic department at Marion County. But nevertheless, it's a game that hopefully they'll be able to make up as the season does keep marching on. We do want to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout, but we'll be back with more. It is Thomas Nelson in Washington County, and you are a part of High School Sports, which is a G&G production.
This community rallies for one another, and we have seen that firsthand here at the Crown Recovery Center. The recovery movement is sweeping across Springfield and Washington County. It's because of this great community we can show people what a life of recovery looks like. Just like the Commanders, our game plan is the same: win, develop strong leaders, and build a stronger community. From all of us here, have a great season, Commanders. We are all rooting for you.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Thomas Nelson, Washington County, getting ready to go at it. Coach Peak is with John Graves down the field. Let's go down the field now, John. Okay. What's even better?
Attention fans, the general walk will be happening in just a couple of moments at 7:15 or a little bit after that behind the lockers.
I mean, they're tough all over the place. You know, we know that passing game and running game, they're proficient. We feel like that if we can come out and, you know, shut one of those sides down, that gives us an opportunity to play with them, to stay in a ball game, and you know, hopefully we can make some things happen, make it a good game, and the fans on both sides enjoy it, and, you know, we can all you know, keep our heads up high as we head out.
All right, Coach, I see your team coming out. We're going to let you get over that. Coach, good luck tonight. We'll catch you after the game. Michael Butler, class of 99 for Washington County. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, John. Well, this Thomas Nelson group, as we mentioned earlier, they're looking for better days after a rough 2020 year. We talked about a couple of the players. I think the leadership what Coach Peak is looking for. I like the play of seniors Chase Girdley and Braden Smith. I was reading an article that Dennis George had wrote for the Kentucky Standard talking about Girdley. And Girdley is a 3-year starter at quarterback, completed 29 of 74 passes for 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions last year. But he also rushed for 4 scores. So Girdley will see a lot of time on the quarterback, also free safety. But just by reading Dennis's article, he is really a competitor, but he's a smart ball player, and that's what Coach Peak is looking for. He's looking for someone that can come in and not just only play and give that potential, but also play smart. And that's what Braden Smith does. Smith, a team's leading rusher last season, 426 yards, 86 attempts on 4 touchdowns. Seen a lot of different positions on the offensive side of the ball, caught 8 passes, 65 yards. 2 he went in for scores. So those are the team's leaders. And that's who Thomas Nelson will be looking for again as they come into the week number 2 of high school football. We need to take a timeout. We'll be back with more in just a moment as we take this timeout. It's the Snappy Tomato pregame show. High school sports, a G&G production.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
There's a craving in this instant, disposable world for something authentic, something real. The farmer knows what it means to be real because they face real issues every day. So an insurance agent who can provide real solutions to those problems is something you can hang your hat on. And that's why the farmers of Marion County trust Jesse Insurance. People who understand things only a farmer would.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue in Lebanon, across from the post office, 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
You work hard your entire career. Let Thoroughbred Asset Management help you finish strong and get across the finish line.
We have access to all types of investments. We have the tools and strategies that we need to help make your goals become reality.
And we will work in your best interest to help you succeed.
Come see us here at Thoroughbred and we can help do the hard work for you.
Here's what they're saying about Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry in Springfield. I would definitely recommend Dr. Isaacs and the staff. They are super nice and friendly, fast and gentle. I love the place, and Elaine was awesome. Well, are you looking for the right family dentistry for you and your children? You want everyone in your family to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible, and Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. can take care of everyone in your family with a regular checkup, fillings, crowns, or dental implants for that total smile. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry, 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. His number is 859-336-7680.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Hal Good, John Graves, and crew, and we're getting ready for football. Glad to have you alongside. If you're on 102.7 FM, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Also, if you're joined us on Facebook Live, this is something that we've tried last year for a couple of games and now trying to make it happen again this year. So make sure to tell your neighbors and friends, if you're Facebook fans, that the game is on. Facebook Live tonight. Just go to G&G Productions and we will have all that for you tonight. We'll do some interaction for you as we move through the evening, that's for sure. Beautiful evening as it's turned out. I know heavy rain in some areas. John had mentioned earlier the heavy rain showers that were just plummeting in Lebanon and Marion County, and I was part of that. And some folks that are without electricity, we understand that does happen as well, and hopefully that our friends from RECC or KU will be working with you to get that problem taken care of. But the storm had a hefty punch to it as it was coming through this evening. So a hefty punch indeed as it rolled through. But nevertheless, again, hope you're sit back, relaxed, and you're ready to enjoy this one. As we got it coming up for you in just a moment, we're getting ready to get things kicked off and in gear. This has been the Snappy Tomato pregame show. Keep it right here. We jump into it. It's game time right here on High School Sports, a G&G production.
A warm hello, a friendly smile, real people you're connecting to.
Springfield State Bank offers local banking at the touch of a screen. We've upgraded our internet banking with the latest state-of-the-art technology to offer online chat assistance, notifications, transfers between financial institutions, and much, much more. Our mobile banking has also been enhanced so you can now view check images through the mobile app on your phone and reset your password there as well. You can also log in with your face or thumbprint if your phone has that feature. Springfield State Bank, local banking with world-class service. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Knowing your dreams can come true. Your hometown bank. Built and growing on friendly service. Springfield State Bank.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky, has always been known as a legendary place for dining, and it still is. Lebanon offers great options for virtually every type of dining. Fine cuisine with a chef-driven menu? We have it. Country dining with a local flair? We have it. How about a great lunch spot? We have it. We even have an old-time fountain drink counter, a 50-style drive-in with the best chili dog around, and a sweet shop complete with hand-dipped ice cream. For a complete listing of all the wonderful places to eat in Lebanon, go to visitlebanonky.com.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Hal Good, John Graves. Glad to have you alongside this evening. G&G Productions bringing you Facebook Live, and thanks to Rolf Stratton, 102.7 FM, WOKH. Jumping on board with continuing radio coverage of high school sports. Washington County, they finally did do the flip of the coin as John Graves, tired. You see how humid it is up here now, though.
It is. I mean, it's humid out there on the field, but it's not as, there's a little air movement down here.
Right,
There ain't nothing up here, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's hot.
It's a long
Washington County did lose the flip of the coin. So Thomas Nelson did decide they want to receive. So as you're watching the screen, or if you're looking at your radio dial, we'll see Washington County kicking left to right, and the ball be moving upfield with Thomas Nelson right to left. Thomas Nelson wearing the dark gray uniforms, white letters, white numbers, and the white helmets. Washington County in the visiting white uniforms, blue helmet, blue pants, blue letters and numbers, and the gold W on the side of each helmet.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Well, I guess we can start now.
Okay.
I'm ready to start.
I am too.
Yeah, we are glad to have you alongside. If you can jump on board and tell your neighbors and friends high school football's on the air tonight, we certainly do appreciate that. Players getting ready. Clock is getting ready. We're set up and ready to go. As Pettis will be kicking it away for Washington County. Kick it away. A little shorter kick, but it will be taken in the backfield as Braden Smith picks it up. He's the true runner. 25 down to about the 28-yard line is Smith. Hit in there by Washington County.
Jack Pettis on that stop there, Hal.
So we'll see Thomas Nelson get things started. They'll put the ball on the 25-yard line, 1st and 10, and we're just underway. If you're just joining in, you picked the perfect time. We're going to get started as Chase Girdley will be leading this team on the offense. Senior quarterback. We talked about earlier, John, he had a good year last year, but only a few games, but looking for a much better year this year.
Absolutely. You know, year two, and after you've been in quarterback 1 year, even if it's a shortened season, those snaps mean a whole lot.
2 wideouts to the right. One lone setback. Washington County a little jumpy, and whistle and a flag down on the play. Somebody jumped. I don't know if Washington County were pulled off. I see Thornberry on the far side. I don't think he jumped, but somebody did because it's against Thomas Nelson. Nope, it's against Washington County. It'll cost the Commanders fines. Did you catch who jumped?
I did not. I'm trying to get all my screens.
Well,
and
you
everything
carry
set.
on and you do your thing. I'll do mine. 1st and 5 down to 33. Here's the give over right tackle. They'll go to McMahon. 35 down to the 38-yard line. He's close to a 1st down. Luke McMahon.
Again, the ball carrier.
They haven't moved the marker yet. Now they do. 2nd down. I'm going to say 2nd down and 1.
2nd down.
Ball on the 37. 2 wideouts to the right. Thornsberry wide to the right. Back we go again. Girdley, the snap, the give. There's McMahon again. Spun around. We'll see where the mark is, but he's close to a general 1st down. And it is. 1st down, Thomas Nelson.
Good little tackle in there as Jesse Boone come in there late and just kind of tripped him up. And sometimes that's all you got to do is get a hand on him and let somebody else kind of finish him off.
1st down, Generals. We played a minute here at Thomas Nelson High School. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. Again, just underway. Right to the left we go. And 2 wide out strike. Same formation. Out of the shotgun. Girdley takes the snap. The give again goes to McMahon. Straight up the middle. Spun around. 41, 42-yard line. We won't get much further than that.
Looks like Bo Smith and Gabe Smith. No relation on that tackle with the Commanders.
Good wrap up by Gabe Smith in there. Able to come in, wrap up. Textbook tackle.
It is. He's been a good addition to this team as we're missing a couple players tonight. He's getting a start tonight on that left tackle spot.
3-yard gain. 2nd down to 7. Generals marching up the field. Wideouts on either side. Back with Girdley again. The snap. The fake. The pass over the middle, complete at the Washington County 49, 48. Still on his feet to the 45. Finally stopped at the 44-yard line.
Little flag on the play.
Yeah, nice catch in there by Blake Greenwell. Greenwell came up with the big catch and was able to take that one and get a first down. Thomas Nelson.
Looks like they waved that flag off, Hal, so big play for Thomas Nelson as they're moving the ball.
Looked pretty clean, too. I mean, it was a nice catch. They've been running that play with McMahon straight up the middle, and now went for the fake and the pass, and it worked. Moving downfield on the Washington County, we'll say 44.
You think they watched that Nelson County film last week and knew to come out with a little intensity?
Over and over and over again. In motion, that's Gossam. Now coming up with the ball off the left side. That's going to be Greenwell again. Trying to make something happen, and they call it Washington County catch team. They may lose a yard on this one. They sure aren't going to gain anything. It's second down.
Looks like there's a flag on the 40-yard line. That looks like a possible holding from the spot of it.
Officials come out.
Mike Moritz is your white hat tonight. Or Mike Moritz, excuse me.
Good call, holding. Against Thomas Nelson, so that'll back it up. Back it up back into Thomas Nelson territory. On about the 47-yard line. 9:30 to go in the first quarter of play. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. First down and 19. Back we go. Girdley out of the shotgun takes the snap. There's the fake. Nope, there's the give. Straight up the middle they go again with McMahon. McMahon off the right side, stopped in there. Good job by the Washington County defense.
Kobe Hughes, and I cannot talk about, we saw this last week a great deal, the way his basketball presence carries over onto the football field. He breaks down just like a guard does, and that little spin move that Girdley took, he wasn't buying it, and Kobe was able to wrap him up.
Second down and 19. Well, McMahon was able to break loose a couple times in those first couple of plays, and looks like Washington County starting to settle in on the defense. Let's see what happens now. The pass over the middle just like before, and I believe it's called again.
I think
this
so.
time at about the 43-yard line, and it was. Good catch in there by Braden Smith. Smith, the receiver for Thomas Nelson, shy of the first down, but a good gainer. It's going to be...
It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and about 10, yeah.
Good tackle by Will Pettis. I think that's his 3rd tackle of the game already.
So gain of 9, 3rd down and 10.
That's one player that Coach Segrity said had to have a good game tonight was Will Pettis.
Yeah, you got to have Pettis in there. Pettis and Pettis.
Or a Pettis. We'll take one.
3rd down. Moving downfield with Thomas Nelson. The fake. The pass over the middle. Incomplete. Into pressure that time. As a matter of fact, the incomplete pass, I think, hit Will Pettis.
I think it did, too. I think it hit him on the shoulder pad. But you had Will Pettis. You had Noah Reynolds, who had a great game last week. And Kobe had dropped back in coverage on that one.
So 4th down. Washington County will drop back on this 4th down and 10. Again, Thomas Nelson on the Washington County 44. Could see something tricky. Maybe not, though. 10 yards, that's a lot of ground to plow.
Now they've got a sideline warning on Washington County.
Telling them to back up. Last week at Nelson County, they were so used to being out on the field. I mean, at Nelson County last week, they let them out on the field. Coach Sagerson trying to talk to some assistant coaches.
I think Coach was telling me he couldn't see because of the way their chains are lined up. Said he couldn't see.
4th down. Okay, now we're back to play. Looking to punt. Low snap. Bobbled by the punter, who is Braden Smith, but he does get it away, and then he's hit. Short punt taken by Washington County's Pettis. 30, 34, 35. Stop there. I'm a little surprised because I'm looking for the flag.
No flag on that
one.
one.
Let's do a replay here on this one if we can fit it in on the punt. Okay, we'll have to catch up on that.
No
one later.
no flag because of the bobbled snap. So if it's a bobbled snap, you've got a little bit more room because that makes him a runner instead of just a straight punter. But what about Will Pettis? That's normally a ball you want to get away from, and he kind of picked it up and was able to pick up 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, he got some good yardage on that one. Puts Washington County in pretty good shape there on the 34-yard line, that being their own. Where it'll be 1st and 10. 7:55 going to first quarter. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. Here we go with Baker behind center. Nope, out of the shotgun in the give. Straight up the middle we go. 40, 45, down to the 47-yard line.
Do I get to say it?
Go ahead.
Just for Philip Carrico, move the chains, first down, Commanders.
Does he like that?
He loves that.
Does he love that?
He loves that. He's one of our sponsors today, so, we got to do it for good old Mr. Squire Carrico.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to have a quorum here in a minute. Well, good first down for Washington County. And again, Bo Baker's the quarterback. What a game he had last week. Just a sophomore, but no question. He's playing way above his grade limit.
Absolutely.
1st and 10. Baker out of the shotgun, back to throw. Pass off the right side, complete. Oh, incomplete pass. Intended that time for John McDonald, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And, your second play from scrimmage, Hal, and you've got a sophomore quarterback who's got one start under, and you clear the backfield and say, hey, I'm going to throw the ball. That's the confidence that I think they've seen in Bo Baker in his preparation this week.
DeWitt on the hit for Thomas Nelson. It makes it 2nd and 10 on the 49 of Washington County. So right on that 50-yard line. Hughes goes wide to the right, trips to the right, one wide out to the left. Baker looking pass. The snap, the give to McDonald. Straight up the middle. Spun around, brought down, stopped at the 45. Nice little run in there by John McDonald.
And that's something we didn't get established last week was that run game. And, I think you kind of see them kind of mixing it up and trying to see what this defense for Thomas Nelson is going to give them.
3rd down. On the 46 of Thomas Nelson. Commanders moving downfield. Here's Baker. And hold the phone. We're going to have a timeout on the field. We are. Timeout, Washington County. We'll take a timeout. 6:53 to go in the first quarter of play. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. High school sports, a G&G production.
When preparing for Friday night's matchup, you have to have a winning game plan. Much like in football, a game plan is critical when it comes to life's big event. That's where we come into the game. The law firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has assisted the people of Central Kentucky for over 45 years. Whether it's closing on your new home, handling the estate of your loved one, business planning, or preparing for your family's future with wills and trust, we will call the right play for you. Like our Facebook page, give us a call, or visit us in downtown Springfield and let Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain show you how our hustle and heart sets us apart.
Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Offices in downtown Springfield. 859-336-3901.
This is an advertisement.
Timeout taken by Washington County. It is going to be a 3rd down and about 6 on the 47 of Thomas Nelson. Here they go. Baker back to throw. Baker looking. He's going to air it out left side. It's going to be caught at about the 28-yard line. Big catch by McDonald.
I'm going to tell you what, that ball was floated up there, and I got a little nervous as the defender looked like was closing out was Zane Smith, but McDonald got it.
Nice way to get down and pull it in for John McDonald. So McDonald puts Washington County in great position. Only a 1st down, but it'll be 1st and 10, close to that red zone. They'll put it on the 28.
How much better has Washington County got a little smoothness to the offense tonight that we didn't see last week?
Well, they've got it, that's for sure. Here's Baker back to throw on 1st down. Confident, right side, complete to Noah Reynolds. Reynolds struggling to get downfield to the 25. That's 3 yards the hard way. It's 2nd down.
And Noah's one of these guys that had always played quarterback as he come up in middle school and was backup QB last year. And, he has really grown into the wide receiver role.
2nd down for Washington County. Yeah, and I like your observation about Baker. I mean, he's so much more confident tonight.
Oh, he looks so comfortable out there.
Oh, gosh. I want to say something else about Baker in a moment. Trips to the left this time, one wide out to the right, second down. Baker back to throw, getting pressure, still getting pressure, airs it out. It's going to be incomplete, but nice job. Threw it to where no one was.
Smart play,
good job.
smart play. You know, you've got a young quarterback who is under pressure, and that's what 6'7" gives you. It gives you ability to see the field and just get that ball away and not take that sack.
I ran into Baker's grandmother, Miss Russell, and just told her, you know, she said, I think she thought I was going to brag on his play. And I said, well, he's playing great, but he's so well-spoken.
I know.
That kid did such a good job on the player of the game last week. I mean, he's awesome.
He is.
I'd like to, we may have to let him do some interviews and let you sit back and rest a while.
That'd be fine with me.
Maybe I can rest a while. Here's Baker again. McDonald, straight down the middle to about the 23-yard line.
You know, he's had the benefit of his mother, Christy, who runs the broadcast team there. He's been around some of this stuff, so he didn't make him as nervous as it did.
Man, I was impressed. I had to go catch her. I said, don't leave. Just I want to tell you this. Everyone likes to hear about their grandkids, but your son is so well-spoken.
Coach Smith come to me. Hey, Coach, how was the interview? Coach, you did a great job. We make them nervous, Hal.
Trips to the left. Hughes to the right. Fourth down.
I like a jump ball to Hughes.
Oh, I like the old secret play. Go on second sound, but they're going to go for it. Baker back to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Oh, boy.
Tipped. That ball looked like it was tipped at the line.
Yeah, so it'll be a changeover. Yeah, you know, it was the right idea, just a little too hard on that. Yep. So Thomas Nelson will take over. 4:50 to go in the first quarter of play. It's Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. First and 10, Thomas Nelson in the Generals as they line up on the Thomas Nelson 23, John.
D. Glenn Black is watching, and Jimmy Wethington has joined us.
He's the man. Will he be with us? He'll be with us next week.
He'll be with us next week because I have to switch to some other duties.
Deuces to the right, one wide out to the left. Here we go with Thomas Nelson in the give. Goes right back over left tackle McMahon. He's got some space. 27, 30. Stopped at the 30-yard line.
Hard runner.
McMahon. Yeah, nice run indeed. What is McMahon? Freshman. Holy. As Gomer Powell would say. He's a young rascal.
Little dude.
He sure is making an impact tonight.
Anybody watching, hit that like and share button. We've got about 83 of our closest friends with us. We need some more of our closer friends with us.
That's great. We'll get to break a record tonight than last week. That's what we have to keep doing. Second down. Thomas Nelson, the snap, the give. Here's McMahon. Look at him. Little student body left. Flag down. 34, 35, 36. He'll get the first down, but we'll wait and see.
It's going to be a hold. Hold over here on 70. Aiden Gossam had a hold of Ethan Bird over here on this right edge.
We had said that we would talk about Rob Reeder, the Marion County coach, in the pregame. We apologize we had so many interviews, but we are going to do that at the half, if that's okay with you, John.
Absolutely.
We have put together some audio that we want to play, a recent interview I did with the late coach of Marion County, Rob Reeder, good buddy of ours.
Sorry I took so long on interviews.
Hey, let's not like that, man. Gives me more time to sit up here and hang out with old Matt Smith, Pixel Phase Media.
We upgraded Bubba tonight. Bubba's on the roof.
Bubba's on the roof. Bubba. Here we go. One man in motion, and he'll get the flip off the right side. That's Smith. Smith, upfield 29, maybe the 30. I don't think we're going to see. Well, they're going to get their money back on the penalty.
Looks like
so we'll make sure there's not another flag down, and there's not. So they're going to get back up there.
You know,
It'll be third down and 7.
Washington County.
Third down and 8. Excuse me, John.
Sorry, Washington County has done well when they've stretched these runs out. Where it's hurt is up the middle on that little trap play that they're running with a lead blocker. We need to kind of clean that up, get our linebackers to stay at home a little longer.
Scoreless. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. 3:10 to go in the first quarter.
We have Joanna Filiatru Reeder watching. Joanna, thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
Give goes off left tackle, McMahon. He might get a yard on that. Not much going. It's 4th down long. Punting situation for the Generals.
Everybody do me a favor and let's show Joanne and the Phil Etcher and Reader family love. Everybody hit that heart button on the screen and let's show them how much we care about them.
4th down and 8. Smith will do the punting. He'll dance around back there and kicks it away. Nice kick. It's like Pettis will let it bounce. Takes a Thomas Nelson roll at the 40 to about the 37-yard line. That's where Washington County will start out on their own 37. 2:24 remaining in the first quarter of play. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. Want to remind everyone that next week we are going to be in Springfield at the good old Bennett R. Lewis Field. Oh my. One of the famous superintendents of all time in Washington County. The field named after him. And that's the site. For a non-district contest, but a good team coming into Washington County, Springfield's going to see Kentucky Country Day come in, John.
Yeah, that's, it's always nervous when you get to that first home game. We've not been there in a while. I think the last game we played was Raceland, and that was October 7th of last year.
Washington County, here's Baker, rolling to the left. Oh, he tucks it under, lays his head down. May got back to the line of scrimmage, but couldn't find that open receiver. It's 2nd down long.
He turned a 2-yard loss into a no gain just, again, by falling down.
Well, we talked about that last
know.
week, He can make some good things happen by just falling down. He's played smart tonight. Like this play, tucked it under, ran with it. It's 2nd down and 10 now. Got in trouble on a pass earlier in this first quarter. Basically threw it away, but threw it to a player and didn't even look like anywhere close to down in the ball, but just smart play. Here's McDonald, left side. Look at him go. 40, 45. Close to that 50-yard line, jumped out of bounds. I don't know if he got there or not, but I think he got the first down, and he did. Had to get to about the 48. See if he got the mark. Looks like he did. Nobody's moving the chains there, Big John.
No, they're not. Looks like it's right there on the side. There's a flag. It looks like a hold on the play. That's going to negate that.
No, forget it then. No wonder they didn't move the chains. Washington County with the penalty. So we'll see the penalty assessed. Clock will start back. 1:37 to go in the first quarter. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. So now it's going to be 2nd down and about 16. 2nd down and 16. Here's Baker. Trips to the right. Baker throws to the left. And it's going to be picked off by Thomas Nelson. Right side, Thomas Nelson downfield. Headed to the 10, to the 5. Finally knocked out of bounds on the far side. I think that was Braden Smith. But I'm trying to see from the far side if that was him that came up with the pickoff.
Chase Girdley, I'm thinking.
Trying to catch that number. Girdley. Yep, that's what they're going to say. It is 17.
Yeah.
Chase Girdley, the quarterback, comes up with it.
Miscommunication on the route. The wide receivers.
If we can go to replay, we'll see how this one looks. Brought to you by Dr. Isaac's Dentistry.
You watch, looks like you got Pettis top screen. Just miscommunication. Both thought they was running an in route, and they just run a go route.
Good job by Baker to fall back to knock him out, or he would have definitely been in there. But now Washington County in a tough spot. It's going to be 1st and goal on the 2. So Girdley again will come out and lead his team. He has McMahon split left in the backfield. The snap, McMahon, student body right, flags down on the play. I don't know if he coughed it up or what happened.
Washington County coaches are acting like he did, but there's two flags.
I will tell you, yeah, flags are down, so that's the first thing we have to sort through.
Man, some Windex will go a long way right now.
I'll let you bring that next week. That and green M&Ms. Or Matt, do you have a preference for something else?
Hey, we're at the house. I'll have his water at the house.
I'm just kidding. You don't need it now. I got a whole trunk full of it. Holding Generals. Oh, they fumbled it. So John's Washington County's ball. What a break.
That's
Ooh,
big.
A big break for Washington County.
That's big, and that
So-
may let a little air out of Thomas Nelson. As you know, that was a big play, and to turn that ball over, you know, you're looking to go up 7 points here. Now Washington County, they're in deep in their own end zone. They have to be
I
careful.
didn't see who for Washington County got that fumble, but great job. They were able to come up with it. So now Washington County back on the offense, but they're back in the hole on the 2. So first down and 2. McDonald, he's giving some space. Look at him go. 10, 20, on the run. 30, down to the 35-yard line. Flag down the play.
Got a flag at the 6.
Let's see what we got here. Let's look at that one again, man, if we can.
Holding against Washington County.
It's just a nice run. He was so hunkered back in the backfield, and McDonald breaks a couple of blocks. On the run. Nice job. Shaman's got to come back holding. So with the penalty, that'll bring it back. 55 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Okay.
It's a hard job over
That's
there.
a tough one. That's a tough one right there.
Yep. They haven't stopped that play. I don't know that I don't go back to it.
Trips to the right, but the officials are same wait a second here. We got an equipment problem with one of the generals out there, one of Thomas Nelson players.
I think they were getting the ball spot. I think it was 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so.
Still first down. So it's going to move it out to about the maybe 3 or 4, not much.
Down marker's wrong.
So they got 2, so it's second down. Here we go, Baker. Runs it out of back in a bad spot, gets to about the 9.
A little slow to get up there, but, you know, just a little design run for Bo to get out there and just put a lead blocker out in front of him.
So now it's going to be, ball's going to at least get out, looks like, to about the 6.
You want to talk about nervous is when your son is the center and you're backed up into your own end zone.
First quarter's complete. They're going to let this one run out.
Smart play by Washington County.
First quarter complete here at Thomas Nelson High School. And your score, Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. We're back with the second quarter after this. High school football and high school sports, a G&G production.
One of Diageo's newest additions is right here in Lebanon. Do you have an intense sense of ownership and a strong desire to master the bourbon production process? If so, Diageo may be the company for you. The Diageo Lebanon Distillery is now hiring for bourbon production experts. For more information, please visit the Lebanon Marion County Career Center at 516 Workshop Lane or apply online at www.diageo.com.
Putting people back to work. This is brought to you by the Marion County Industrial Authority. WOKH, Lebanon, Bardstown, Springfield, 102.7 FM. A G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Heartland. Call or text today. Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Here at Thomas Nelson High School, how good John Graves and crew, Bubba and Matt. Matt and Bubba. One quarter complete. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. Any surprise on your part?
No, I think Washington County's looked smooth on offense. We just got stalled down here. They've taken care of the ball to get themselves a little distance out as you got second down and about 5 to go. So good play call. I went back and looked. I think that one that both threw on that fourth down, I think the ball was just wet, so they'll clean that up. Other than that, pretty exactly what we thought. Pretty even contest.
I think the fumble may have been recovered by Hughes, according to Jimmy Wethington, so I know he's watching it. So
Man.
He's on it. He's on
As
it.
good as he is on here, can you imagine him in the box next
Can't
week?
wait to have him back next week. He's always good for us. He's good for us. Let's get this one in. Baker on the give. Here's McDonald off the right side. Nice job. 15. Now he takes a step back. Now he lowers his head down, gets 16, 17-yard line. He'll get the first down.
And another
Big
flag.
run and a flag down. That's what you don't want.
Yep, that's what you don't want. Another flag.
So flag down on the play.
I saw somebody flip in there late, and that normally means somebody got pushed into somebody.
just underway in the second quarter of play. If anyone has any scores from some other games, like the Bardstown game or any games going on tonight, please jump on Facebook and we'll pass those along to our viewers and our listeners tonight on 102.7 FM. Oh, this will be
Personal foul against Thomas Nelson.
Thomas Nelson. I didn't catch that one.
I didn't either. I kind of watched
the break for Washington County.
He turned a 12-yard run into a 27-yard gain.
All the way to the 31-yard line.
That gets us out of that end zone.
Give you a little breathing room anyway.
Again, that makes wet football, and your son is the center. It makes you a little nervous in that 3.
Well, there's no question that Thomas Nelson had the opportunity to score after that Washington County fumble, and the Commanders got it back. So they're just trying now to eat an elephant the best way they can. Baker over the middle, complete at the 45-yard line. Big catch. I think that again is Pettis.
It is. Pettis had to step up, and that was a great spot to hit it, and that's going to be about a 15-yard gain, and he took a shot at the end of that one.
Will Pettis comes up with the big catch. First down, Washington County.
Way to hang in there, Will. You know you're going to get hit. Anytime you're a receiver and you grab that over the middle of the field, you know that's going to be great. A good hit.
First down, Washington County. Moving the ball up the field. They're on the 46-yard line of their own 46-yard line. Moving upfield right to left from our position in the Thomas Nelson press box. Bo Baker, sophomore quarterback, out of the shotgun snap with the give. First man through is McDonald. 50, 49. Flag down on the play. Gets to the 45, close to the 44. Heard fumble. The ball popped loose.
Flag is sitting on the 45.
But I don't see Thomas Nelson pointing to their direction, but it doesn't matter. A flag down the play. Let's see what happened.
Holding Washington County.
Yeah.
That penalty's declined. They did fumble the ball. Well, that was that was kind of a boring fumble recovery.
It certainly was. Popped loose, grabbed it, waited for the flag to be against Washington County, and away they go.
First down.
So first down, Thomas Nelson. 10:44 to go here in the first half of play. Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0.
There is a lot of moisture on that field. As I was walking down earlier, my shoes are a little damp, so I don't know if that's affecting the footballs or not.
Girdley came up with an interception in that first quarter of play. Now he'll come out after they were able to recover the fumble and lead his team upfield in this situation where it will be 1st and 10 on the Thomas Nelson 45. Out of the shotgun, there's the snap, the fake, the give. Here he goes, McMahon. McMahon 50, 45, down to the 44-yard line for a first down, Thomas Nelson.
It's the first time Thomas Nelson's really been able to move the ball when they've got outside the tackle box. Most of their runs have come through the inside, but that time they was able to kind of student body left and just had a whole bunch of blockers in his way.
First down, Thomas Nelson. Nice play. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Girdley out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. The fake, the keeper. Tucks it under. Off the right side, he's in trouble. Takes a couple of steps back, and he's brought down at the 46. Heard a couple of folks yell horse color, but no flag down on the play.
You can grab the back of the jersey. You just can't grab it by the back of the neck.
Number 17, Chase Girdley.
So with 9:52 to go in the first half of play, Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 0. Generals have it 2nd down and 12 on the Washington County 45, moving downfield with the Commanders. Washington County line up on the defense. 1 wide out to the left. There's the snap. Girdley with the give.
Ooh.
This time off the left side is Kreider. Kreider, bundle of speed, 40 down to about the 37-yard line.
Tell you what, John McDonald saved a touchdown on that tackle.
Ethan Kreider, the ball carrier.
Ethan Kreider came out and gained 8 yards on that run. Third down. I'll say 3rd down and 5 to go.
Big play here for Commanders. They need to get this defense off the field. We got just under 9 minutes to go before half.
3rd and 5. Wide to the left. That's Greenwell. There's a snap. And the give right side. Downfield. 35, 34-yard line.
I think he's going to be about a half yard short anyway.
Nice job that time by Girdley.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah, 4th down. And,
4th and inches.
yeah, it's inches. 4th and inches here.
Hey, you've got to go through for this. Oh,
no.
they give him the first down?
I think that's what they're doing. They're moving the chains now. Well.
Huh. That's a
Chase Girdley says, now this is a different situation.
favorable spot.
Yeah, instead of 4th and inches, now it's going to be first down. So 1st and 10, Thomas Nelson
Scored a pass along Hal.
on the Washington County 34. Maybe. He's got some speed out there. Girdley, the give, goes to Brandon Smith. He's got room, but a flag down. Smith off to the races. Left side, 10, 5, to the 1, stopped at the 1, but let's see if they don't bring this one back.
While we're looking at that, Jimmy Wethington's got a score. Bethlehem 13, Eastern 0, 4:42 in the first quarter play. Thank you, Jimmy.
Skinner, appreciate that score update. See the official, though, holding Thomas Nelson. Stops the clock at 7:42 to go in the first half.
Well, that takes some wind out of your sails when you're going to have it at the 2, and now you're going to be backed up, and the ball's going to be placed pretty close to midfield.
Yeah, right at about the 48. So we're going to bring it back to. Clock will start back.
Yeah, that holding is from the spot of the foul, and it was way back in the backfield, way away from the play. So
That's why it went so far back.
yeah, I mean that holding penalty looked to be 7 yards off the ball. Huh?
At least it makes it like a first down and 25. Ball on the 48. There's the snap, the fake, pass over the middle is going to be complete at the 34 to the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Big pass play. Nice job in there.
Yeah, that was a big play, just over the outstretched hands of John McDonald. He was over. If he was
Greenwell was the receiver on that one. He's had a couple of big catches here this evening.
He has.
Greenwell, a junior at Thomas Nelson, makes it 2nd down, 4 yards to go.
Jay Bias Dawson, part of that Lindsey Wilson National Championship team, says they're basically triple teaming Kobe. Hey, if that's what they got to do to stop him.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to put pressure on him. Good observation. 2nd down. On the Commander 27. One man in motion. Gets the flip. Here we go off the left side. That's going to be Thornsberry. He's got space. 20. Lays his head down. In the red zone. 16-15 to the 14-yard line.
First down.
Thomas Nelson moving the ball. Nice job.
Washington County looks a little gassed on defense right now, Hal. I don't know if you would you say that's a correct statement?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like since that that last 4th down, we just I don't know. I want to say gassed, but it just kind of looks like okay. I don't want to say going through the motion either. I mean, it seems like we just need to sharpen up a bit here. I don't know what the deal is. Here's the run off the left side. No, excuse me, right side.
That's
the
it.
run gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Thomas Nelson.
A lot of holes there for them to run through on that one,
Braden
Hal.
Smith with the touchdown. And that's what I mean, John, off that right side, it just didn't seem like we were jumping in there and wrapping up. And you've got to do that against this Thomas Nelson team.
Yeah, that's not a spot that, every play you've got to continue to play.
They will score. That's a fact.
And this has always been a fairly high-scoring game for the last several years.
Low snap, flag down.
False start.
See, Will Pettis jumping in there, but false start will give it to. Take it back a little bit, and we'll see if they can't try to kick it again. False start. 5:48 to go in the first half. Getting ready for the point after. Thomas Nelson, the set. The kick is up. Good high kick, and this one looks good, and it is good. 5:48 to go in the first half of play. Thomas Nelson strikes first. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High School Sports, a G&G production.
Boone Farms is now hiring. Boone Farms is seeking quality candidates for Class A CDL drivers, full-time granary personnel, and diesel mechanics. Boone Farms is offering new wages with skilled position pay based on experience. Start your new career today with Boone Farms. For more information or to apply, contact Terry Thomas or Elizabeth Mattingly at the Lebanon-Marion County Career Center at 270-692-6870.
Putting people back to work. This is brought to you by the Marion County Industrial Authority. If you're in the market to find someone to fix that car, truck, or van, let me make a suggestion, because you got to go to somebody you can trust. Go see Philip Carrico of Carrico's Body Shop in Fredericktown. Carrico's Body Shop. They're at 3676 Cane Run Road in Springfield. But everybody knows, if you want to go to Carrico's Body Shop, head to see Philip Carrico in the Burg. That number's 859-284-5309. Carrico's Body Shop in Springfield. Or the Burg, I might say.
Well, Thomas Nelson, 15-yard run by Braden Smith. Extra point good. So 5:48 remaining in the first half of play. Thomas Nelson, General 7, Washington County Commanders 0. Hal Good, John Graves. Took a while to score, but Thomas Nelson puts out the exclamation point.
They did. They had a couple, they looked like they were going to score early on a interception return, and Washington was able to come up with a fumble, but marched down the field on that one. I think we really got to step our defense up and make sure we're getting through on some tackles. We've got to match score for score. You don't want to fall down to a team that's moving the ball like they are.
No, you can't. I mean, because they can do it successfully. It's a team that can do it. Short kick taken by Washington County at the 35, and it looked like that's Noah Reynolds. And Reynolds, I don't know if he was going to take a knee or what his thought was, but he kind of stood there. And
I don't think he still knows what he wanted to do there. He just kind of let him hit him.
Yeah, I mean, we really need to replay that introduction to this ball game tonight. And
Absolutely.
Get them going.
Tell you what, that was a pretty good introduction.
That's pretty good. That's the way you don't get goosebumps from that. Then hey, listen, you're not ready for a football game. Newt Rockney, the All-American. So Washington County will start out 1st and 10 on their own 34, moving upfield. Bo Baker, sophomore quarterback, out of the shotgun. Give to McDonald. McDonald, a little stutter step, trying to make it happen. Nothing to it. John, he'll lose about 3 yards.
He'll lose it. There's another flag over here. I don't know where this holds. That's several holds tonight, and that's not what you expect from an experienced line.
So we'll see the officials come out and
get these holds.
Second down.
Officials are going to call the penalty.
That wasn't a hold.
It's hold against Washington County.
He called that a hold, but I watched it. I got a little delay broadcast here. I watched it. The guy just fell down. He wasn't being held or thrown down. He just fell down on a tag team block between Trayshawn and John Baker over here on this left side.
Well, Coach Peak declines. No, he doesn't. He takes it. I thought so.
I'd have bought him a pop on that one if he'd have declined that one.
Well, I thought it was going to be 4th down, but it's not. It'll still be 2nd, and he goes back still 2nd. So it was a down behind. So here we go. It's going to be 2nd down now and 21. Baker back to throw. Baker off the left side. Boy, that one just was a lame duck.
Yeah, I think
for Will Pettis.
I think he wanted to throw that ball to Jack Pettis, and then saw Will late and kind of wanted to flip through him, and just didn't come out of his hand like he wanted it to.
So it will be.
Second
So
down.
I got my downs, because the downs here, I hear them talking about here at the score.
I do too.
So anyway, it is 2nd down. So that was 1st down. So 2nd down and 21. Washington County on their own 21. Jack Pettis here on the near side. His brother Will as well. Here's Baker back to throw. Pressure over the middle, drop by McGowan.
Oh.
John.
Oh.
Third down.
All kinds of room. That was the little 8 line. Let everybody go and get out in front.
Second quarter has really been a nightmare for Washington County.
Ah, there was all kinds of blockers out in front.
As well as they played in that first quarter of play, they've really struggled here in the second.
Oh, how there wasn't anybody within 30 yards of him if he just takes care of that football.
Third down, 21. Commanders on their own 21. Moving upfield. Here's Baker. Bo Baker. Back to throw. Under pressure. Trying to get out of it. He doesn't. Goes to the 21. It's fourth down. That was a miserable series of plays. I don't know the answer, but
I don't.
the coaching staff can't be too happy. It was tough.
Smooth as we looked starting this game, it's just the second quarter, just nothing. Punting situation. Bo also does the punting.
Fourth down. He may have got a yard, but it's still fourth down, about 21.
Pressure's coming off the
Now
right
he'll fall
defensive
back.
side.
Low snap. Oh, and it's blocked by Thomas Nelson. Picked up by Thomas Nelson off the right side and ran to the 40, number 40, to the 3-yard line. I'll get it right. Dylan DeWitt came from out of nowhere to get this one. Let's check that out for the Dr. Isaacs instant replay. Came in, nice hands, picks it up. First and go.
I don't know that it was a bad snap. I think he just didn't.
It was low.
It was a little low. 3rd-yard line works. 3 or 3rd, it doesn't matter. It's down there and right there by the goal line. Exactly what you didn't want to have happen.
Excellent field position.
Yeah, it was just bad.
First and go.
Bad snap.
Here come the Generals. Back with Girdley. The fake, the give, McMahon to the 1. I think he got in. Let's wait, though. It doesn't matter
1
what
yard
I think.
line.
We'll say 1. Second down and goal on the 1.
Washington County needs to dig deep.
Man, the freshman has really had a night here tonight. He sure isn't the biggest player on the field, but man, is he running up and down that field tonight. He is taking care of business.
They've been able this second quarter. Thomas Nelson's been able to do what they needed to do.
Thomas Nelson. Second down and goal on the 1. McMahon. Stop this time. Nice job by Washington County.
Waylon Young, name we heard a lot last week, pulls them back.
Good job, Washington County. Third down and go. They're still saying it's going to be on, gosh, about the 1. If not closer than that. Yeah, maybe half a yard.
At least make them work for it.
We're going to have a timeout.
Yep.
Thomas Nelson wants to talk about it. 3:30 to go in the first half of play. We'll take a timeout. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. This is high school sports on which is a G&G production.
This community rallies for one another, and we have seen that firsthand here at the Crown Recovery Center. The recovery movement is sweeping across Springfield and Washington County. It's because of this great community we can show people what a life of recovery looks like. Just like the Commanders, our game plan is the same: win, develop strong leaders, and build a stronger community. From all of us here, have a great season, Commanders. We are all rooting for you.
Do remind you that next week, a week from tonight, we'll be at the Bennett R. Lewis Field. Kentucky Country Day rolling into town. Johnny?
I don't know much about them. Do want to get a score in real quick with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bethlehem 20, Eastern 0. Thank you, Jimmy Wethington. Haven't looked at much on KCD. I think I'll do a little
They were ranked
check-in.
in the top 10 in their division preseason.
Were they?
Yes, sir.
Everything I've heard.
Dr. Lickenhouse pulled them.
Everything I've heard
Here
out
we
of
go.
Louisville was their little dance.
McMahon. Stopped.
Fumble.
Oh, the ball pops loose.
We got that.
We'll see if Washington County comes up with it. We'll go back to an instant replay on that one. We'll wait and see. What do you say? Let's go on and go for the instant replay there, my friend. Dr. John Isaacs Jr. We don't know whose it is yet,
No,
but we know it
they're
popped
signaling
out.
fourth.
So it's, I think Thomas Nelson recovers.
They're
So there it
signaling
is.
fourth.
It pops out.
I don't
thought
think
maybe
he was
Washington
down.
County.
I don't know that he was down, guys.
Well, still about a half a yard. So 4th down and a half a yard.
Come on, White.
So Washington County trying to make a stand here.
This would be a big spot with 3 minutes to go.
I think Girdley on the keeper or Smith on the carry in. Busick is in the backfield along with Smith. There's the snap. The give goes right side. That's going to be
I don't think he got
DeWitt,
in.
and I don't
He
think
didn't.
he made it.
Rather spot over there.
I think not. It's
Big
going to be Washington County ball. What a stand by the Commanders.
Good job for all the second quarter trouble we had. They stood up there, Hal.
That's a good way to make a stand.
It's a great spot.
It was 4th down, and I'm talking about half a yard. And Washington County able to do a job and make the stand. So
And here's your big spot. We get the ball to start the second half, so you can
Yep.
get back in this ball game and switch
well,
directions
you're
very
going to have to
quickly.
get you a first down or two here to go in at the half. So let's see if we can move the ball 99 yards or 99.5. Good start. McDonald 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a good way to get it.
Had to
somebody
go.
that
Had to go
knows.
dad mode on that one for a minute.
It's all right. 3rd down and 2. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Baker on the give.
Move.
McDonald. He's got some space. Right side he goes. 20. 19 maybe, but
Stops.
still the first down.
Stops the clock. Get
1 minute to go.
positive yards here. Even if you don't score, just get something moving. I'd love to see him score, though. That'd be great.
At this point in time, a score going in at the half would be good, but trailing 7-0 is not bad.
No, we'll take
especially
it.
the second quarter you've had, because it was not a good second quarter of play.
Yep. Timeout on the field.
Yeah, looks like a timeout on the field. Looks like a timeout. 1 minute to go in the first half. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High School Sports, a G&G production.
Snap, snap, snappy tomato pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Snappy tomato pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Snappy tomato pizza. Snappy tomato pizza.
I'm ready for a snappy tomato pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
Timeout taken by Thomas Nelson. Thomas Nelson leads Washington County 7-0 with 1 minute to go in the first half of play. Washington County on the offense. Trips to the left, one wide out to the right, which is Hughes. Now the shotgun with Bo Baker. On the 18, Baker in trouble. Runs out of it. Here he goes, upfield, 25, 30.
Good
Steps out of
decision.
bounds at the 32 for a first down, Washington County.
Good decision. Play took just over 5 seconds. Long stride by Bo. Got to the sideline, got out of bounds, stops the clock, moved the chains. I mean, that's a big play from a sophomore quarterback on the second start, Hal. Good decision making by Bo Baker there.
Yeah, nice job by Baker. First down, 1st and 10. Washington County on their own 32.
Mr. Mc-
So moving upfield.
Mr. McCorder wants to get the ball in Kobe's hand. They got him locked up like I don't know.
Timeout.
4 people on it.
Thomas Nelson. We'll take a timeout. 54.2 seconds to go in the first half. It is Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High School Sports, a G&G production.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
High school football on a Friday night. How good John Graves and crew. Bubba Matt Smith with Pixel Phase Media. Thank you, Matt. You do a great job. Thanks to Ross Stratton back at 102.7 FM. The Rocket, WOKH. Appreciate them being a part of what we're doing. 1st and 10. Washington County just trying to keep it moving.
Let's go to work, guys.
1st and 10 on their own 32. Here's Baker. Back to throw. Little pressure, but now he's airing it out. Looking deep. Looking for Hughes. Incomplete.
Good defense and even better sportsmanship by, let's see, Zane Smith over there. Picked Kobe Hughes up, but nice ball by Kobe.
Indeed. Nice ball indeed. So.
Pork chop.
Oh, my gosh. These guys are
my new favorite place to go watch a game.
top notch. Just 47 seconds to go. 7-0. Baker looking to the sideline. So, hey, you can take whichever one you want. If you want this one, you choose.
Concession stand.
So we got a little concession stand jargon going on here.
Hey,
I want to take care of her man, and if a hot dog hit the spot,
no question.
It's a poor job. Whatever he cares. So here's Baker. The snap, back to throw. Plenty of time. Now he tucks it under the run. Lays his head down, hit hard at the 36-yard line. But, boy, he hops back up.
Dylan DeWitt on that stop. The worst part about that is the clock, and Washington County will take timeout.
And Washington County takes the timeout. We'll keep it right here during this one. Even your producer needs time to eat a hot dog.
Absolutely. Well, hot dog action.
33 seconds to go in the first half. Washington County trailing Thomas Nelson 7-0. Do want to remind you that coming up next week, Kentucky Country Day at the Bennett R. Lewis Field. Jimmy Wethington will be rejoining the crew. Jimmy, glad to have you along.
Absolutely.
And with our radio broadcast this evening, we do appreciate Ross Stratton. Next week, we'll also have Facebook Live. But tonight, we've hit, 105, 110?
105.
Let's see if we can get some more viewers as well. It really is great to have people on.
Cliff Peak did a great job of.
He was like the top gun guy last week.
So on Facebook, you get to be you can be a top fan. And
top fan. That's
and
what
him and Casey Purdom were both our first top fans.
That's good.
So we appreciate that. And if you want to be a top fan, just interact with us, type it in, share it. Let us know you're out there watching. Last week we got up to 130, and we need up to 150 this week. And we've got another Squire watching, the great replacement.
Let me know. Go ahead. Go ahead since you're there. Since you're going there on
the great replacement to the great Squire Good.
Third down. Back to pass. Look at Baker. Plenty of time. Baker off the right side. It's complete. Off the right side on the 45-yard line. First down, Washington County.
What about a sophomore to a sophomore, Noah Reynolds on the catch and having the mindset to drag his feet, NFL style?
We'll see it again if we can. That was a very nice reception. Dr. Isaacs brings you the instant replay.
Great
Baker,
play.
I can't get over how much time he had. He did a great job moving to the right, zips it down the field, and boom, just like that. Keeping those feet in bounds is the key. 1st and 10, are we going to have Washington County going to take the timeout?
Oh, we'll see what we got.
Somebody
Another sideline warning.
Oh, the next one's going to be a flag.
Yep. I don't know that one's not going to be. That you get one warning.
Officials are talking about it.
How KCD beat Eastern last week, 25-20, and that's who Bethlehem's playing tonight. So we'll be able to tell a little bit about KCD and where we stand with Bethlehem.
Where is KCD at? Are they 2A or 3?
1A.
They are 1A.
They are 1A.
I'm so sure.
10-second runoff on the penalty here. 26 seconds.
26 seconds on the clock, so they changed that.
This is a good ref. I've been around this set of refs. They do a really good job.
2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. 1st and 10, moving downfield with Washington County, but hold the phone. Timeout, Thomas Nelson. We'll take a timeout. 26 seconds to go in the first half. It is Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High school sports, a G&G production.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Back here at beautiful Nelson County. Look at that. Bubba, what a shot there. Gorgeous view of a sunset in Nelson County. We are so glad that you could catch that one, Bubba.
He doesn't. I'm telling you what, I got to brag on him. I give him a hard time, but Bubba Christopher's come in and done a great job.
You know, we got three magistrates on here with Bobby Lee Russell there and Philip Carrico and you. I hate to talk about nepotism with you magistrates on here. That's almost like, automatic guilty. Here we go with Baker. Back to throw. Zips it off the right side. Complete at the 30, I'm going to say 37, and he's out of bounds, but first down. Pass was caught on the far side by Noah Reynolds. Reynolds did a great job bringing that one down, John.
He did.
First down. Stops the clock at 20.7 seconds to go.
A couple of Facebook comments here. We got several watching from Maxwell, Bobby Lee.
Good man.
Chris Essex, one of our sponsors. The whole Snappy Tomato Pizza family is watching.
He's a good man.
Along with several dine-in customers. Love being able to stream the game in the store. We love you helping us bring it to you.
First and 10. Baker, nice little odd pass to McDonald. McDonald right side steps out of bounds inside that 30-yard line. 15 seconds to go.
The clock management by Washington County has been great. We started with 2:25 to go when we were on about the 1 yard line down here. And, taking little chunks and little dinks and dives here. And, we've gotten ourselves down. Don't have a kicker with this kind of range, but we've seen some positive things.
Well, as negative as the second quarter has been for Washington County, the last 2 minutes of play have been very positive. They've really turned it on. Two wideouts left, one to the right. Here's Baker out of the shotgun, back to throw. Baker, the right-hander, looking deep, looking end zone. It's going to be picked off by Thomas Nelson in the end zone. Interception by the Generals.
Still nothing to be mad there.
We'll catch that replay. Go ahead by Dr. John Isaacs, Jr. Go ahead, John.
Still nothing to be mad there. You were backed up against the wall, and nothing hurt there. Trying to take the big shot.
Yeah, going for the end zone. Little overthrown. So it'll start on the 20, 1st and 10 for Thomas Nelson with 7 seconds, 7.5 to go. So we'll see if Thomas Nelson will be content with the 7-point lead or if they'll
I would be surprised if they take a knee here.
Of course, you said earlier, Washington County, they'll come out on the offense.
Not a bad shot. I don't dislike that play call at all. Take the shot, 15 seconds. You've worked your way down the field. See what you got.
Well, and you were playing with so much confidence as well. They're gonna run a play. There's a snap. Nope, he's going to down it. So this first half is history. And as we head to the locker room, Washington County 0, Thomas Nelson 7. Keep it right here. When we come back, we'll have some halftime comments for you, and plus some thoughts and some things that we've talked about for our good friend Marion County coach who passed away this week, Rob Reeder. And again, our love and definitely our thoughts are with his family at this time, but we'll talk more about that coming up at the half. Again, your score, Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High School Sports, a G&G production.
You work hard your entire career. Let Thoroughbred Asset Management help you finish strong and get across the finish line.
We have access to all types of investments. We have the tools and strategies that we need to help make your goals become reality.
And we will work in your best interest to help you succeed.
Come see us here at Thoroughbred and we can help do the hard work for you.
Here's what they're saying about Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry in Springfield. I would definitely recommend Dr. Isaacs and the staff. They are super nice and friendly, fast and gentle. I love the place, and Elaine was awesome. Well, are you looking for the right family dentistry for you and your children? You want everyone in your family to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible, and Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. can take care of everyone in your family with a regular checkup, fillings, crowns, or dental implants for that total smile. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry, 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. His number is 859-336-7680.
A warm hello, a friendly smile, real people you're connecting to.
Springfield State Bank offers local banking at the touch of a screen. We've upgraded our internet banking with the latest state-of-the-art technology to offer online chat assistance, notifications, transfers between financial institutions, and much, much more. Our mobile banking has also been enhanced so you can now view check images through the mobile app on your phone and reset your password there as well. You can also log in with your face or thumbprint if your phone has that feature. Springfield State Bank, local banking with world-class service. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Knowing your dreams can come true. Your hometown bank. Built and growing on friendly service. Springfield State Bank.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky, has always been known as a legendary place for dining, and it still is. Lebanon offers great options for virtually every type of dining. Fine cuisine with a chef-driven menu? We have it. Country dining with a local flair? We have it. How about a great lunch spot? We have it. We even have an old-time fountain drink counter, a 50-style drive-in with the best chili dog around, and a sweet shop complete with hand-dipped ice cream. For a complete listing of all the wonderful places to eat in Lebanon, go to visitlebanonky.com.
WOKH, Lebanon, Bardstown, Springfield, 102.7 FM, a G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Heartland. Call or text today. Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Back here at the half, your score, Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. Al Good, John Graves, as we are broadcasting from Thomas Nelson High School. And, again, kind of a first quarter that really could have gone either way. I thought it was very competitive by both teams. A second quarter that, quite frankly, belonged to Thomas Nelson till the last 2 minutes of play. But they lead by 7, the Generals did.
They did. After all that back and forth in Washington County, unable to stop them, it's just you're in a 7-0 hole. And so you got to turn the scoreboard off. You get the ball to come out in the second half, and that's when you've got to go. And you got to get something out of that first drive. We said that last week. You got to set the tone. We didn't set the tone last week coming out of Nelson County at the half, and guess what? We ended up in a dogfight. You don't want that to happen here. Stop on downs or failure to score, in my opinion, would really elevate Thomas Nelson as they're looking for that second win. First, they're looking to go 2-0 for the first time since 2018.
Well, which Coach Peak will tell you it's something that he's looking for out of this team to get back get into a winning way here. Beautiful field, good program, a very positive program in many sports here at Thomas Nelson.
They've done a good job. They've got great facilities over here. We from our press vantage point, you see the baseball field and the softball field across the way. Great. The practice field out back looks really good. So, great things are happening over here, and I think they're doing it the right way.
Sure. Chase Girdley, good first half. Braden Smith also a good solid one. But the freshman, Luke McMahon, really played well.
He looked like he was playing a little bit over his belt. And hey, you know what? Man came
That's
in
what
to play.
It takes.
It's done well for him this part.
Washington County, on the other hand, good solid performance by your sophomores. Bo Baker had a really solid performance.
He did. He came out here, and you could tell he was a lot more comfortable calling plays, moving some things around. I think there was 5 or 6 times he had an empty backfield. This wasn't a team that you come in through. You thought it was going to be more run, but, Bo gives you a different look. And being able to stand over top of that line and see everything, he will get better as the year progresses. I like where we are.
John McDonald had a good first half.
He did. You know, he wasn't able to get out and run the ball last week like he's been able to this week. I'd probably have him at 50 or 60 yards in the first half, and he's kind of your only running back there as they keep Kobe out in space. They keep Noah and Will and Jack Pettis out in space. So he gets a lot of the running yards.
I was going to talk about them Pettis boys. They also, I think, have a strong potential. If they come in with a good second half of play, Washington County just got to get that offense really clicking.
They do. I think they coming out in this second half and getting some things. What they did in this last 2 minutes, I look for them to repeat in that second half. Little short plays, take what you get. Of course, your defense is falling off. They're in a prevent. They don't want to give up the big play. But just that little confidence builders like that and little completions. It's kind of like a free throw shooter. Seeing that ball go through that net makes a big difference.
Halftime report brought to you by Thoroughbred. Keep it right here. When we come back, we'll have some more comments for you at the half. At the half, Thomas Nelson leads Washington County 7-0. High school sports, a G&G production.
There's an old football adage that says good enough isn't good enough. That's true on the football field and in life. When problems happen, when you need advice, don't go to an attorney who is just good enough. At Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, our team commands excellence. We take your legal needs personally, whether it's fighting with the big insurance companies after a car accident or in a divorce or custody action. We will leave it all on the field for you. Remember, the attorney that you choose matters. So give us a call, follow us on Facebook, and don't settle for good enough. Let our team at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain tackle the tough stuff.
Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Offices in downtown Springfield. 859-336-3901.
This is an advertisement.
If you're in the market to find someone to fix that car, truck, or van, let me make a suggestion, because you got to go to somebody you can trust. Go see Philip Carrico of Carrico's Body Shop in Fredericktown. Carrico's Body Shop. They're at 3676 Cane Run Road in Springfield. But everybody knows, if you want to go to Carrico's Body Shop, head to see Philip Carrico in the Burg. That number's 859-284-5309. Carrico's Body Shop in Springfield. Or the Burg, I might say.
This community rallies for one another, and we have seen that firsthand here at the Crown Recovery Center. The recovery movement is sweeping across Springfield and Washington County. It's because of this great community we can show people what a life of recovery looks like. Just like the Commanders, our game plan is the same: win, develop strong leaders, and build a stronger community. From all of us here, have a great season, Commanders. We are all rooting for you.
Snap, snap, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Ooh, Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
I'm ready for a Snappy Tomato Pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com. Live free. G&G Productions. Live free. G&G Productions. If you like what you're hearing or seeing with this high school football game, then don't forget G&G Productions. If you want to be a part of the hottest football action in the area, if you want to get more from your business, you need to advertise with G&G Productions. Call 270-699-6920 or 859-481-2600. It's G&G Productions. It's live and it's free.
Here at Thomas Nelson High School, Hal Goode, John Graves, and crew. Glad to have you alongside as we are at the half. Thomas Nelson leads Washington County 7-0. Well, it's been an interesting week as we sadly say goodbye to a good colleague of ours, Rob Reeder. Rob was head football coach for the Marion County Knights. Rob did pass away this week. Lost Rob to cancer in a tough-fought battle. We want to send condolences to his family, Joanna Filiatru, his wife, and all the Filiatrus and the Readers, most of the folks that live down and around the Fredericktown area, but I think Rob's mother was at St. Catherine's, father lives in Louisville. Just a sad moment to say, so long to a good guy. Had a chance to see him maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the type of guy that would say, I'm going to fight this like I'm the third line getting in the arc. I'm going to fight it all the way, and he did just that.
He did. I talked to Coach a couple of weeks ago. The day he came out of the hospital, and I said, Coach, you're Marion County coach. I didn't want to like you as much as I do, but you can't help it. He was just a great individual, a great person to be around. He pulled for our kids as much as he pulled for his. It was a great relationship between him and Eric. And, a tough spot for Marion County is, Coach Robbins, not that long ago, they've gone through that with him, and now they've got to go through it again. And, prayers go out to Joanna. I've talked to some of the family today and, told them whatever they needed just to reach out to somebody. And tough spot for Marion County High School. Athletic Director Michael Holt is the interim, the head coach over there, and what he's got to go through trying to get his team to navigate a season, and just a tough spot, but much loved. You don't find them they don't make them any better than Rob Reeder, and we are community will sorely miss him.
Before his passing, he did ask me to come down, and I was able to do a really great interview with him, talking about being Reader strong and really some of the things that are important just off the field. I took a snippet of that conversation, and we want to share that with you right now.
And, sometimes it's too late when you say something to somebody and it hit me. We need a little more kindness in this world. I know how you and I talked last night. We got a heart problem in America, and we need to fix that. And I started thinking about it, and I really, here's my way of paying it forward. I want to encourage people to just take 5 minutes out of your day to write a handwritten note to tell somebody how much you mean to them. It doesn't cost anything. Sure, I can tell you I love you. I can give you a hug. But, man, when you write it down and they can put it in their desk or on their mirror in the bathroom, on the refrigerator, it just means a little bit more when it's handwritten. And so I came up with the Coach Rob Reeder Challenge. And I'm not that creative, so that's about as good a name as I could come up with. And that's I want to, hey, thank you for bringing bagels to work. That made my day. Because here's what could happen. 2 or 3 days down the road, that person that brought bagels might be having a bad day. And they see that note card on their desk and go, okay, I'm okay,
Coach Rob Reeder, head coach of the Marion County Knights, 1970 to 2021. We're going to take a timeout. We're back with more in just a moment. You are listening to High School Sports, which is a G&G production.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
There's a craving in this instant, disposable world for something authentic, something real. The farmer knows what it means to be real because they face real issues every day. So an insurance agent who can provide real solutions to those problems is something you can hang your hat on. And that's why the farmers of Marion County trust Jesse Insurance. People who understand things only a farmer would.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue in Lebanon, across from the post office, 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Here's what they're saying about Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry in Springfield. I would definitely recommend Dr. Isaacs and the staff. They are super nice and friendly, fast and gentle. I love the place, and Elaine was awesome. Well, are you looking for the right family dentistry for you and your children? You want everyone in your family to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible, and Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. can take care of everyone in your family with a regular checkup, fillings, crowns, or dental implants for that total smile. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry, 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. His number is 859-336-7680.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky, has always been known as a legendary place for dining, and it still is. Lebanon offers great options for virtually every type of dining. Fine cuisine with a chef-driven menu? We have it. Country dining with a local flair? We have it. How about a great lunch spot? We have it. We even have an old-time fountain drink counter, a 50-style drive-in with the best chili dog around, and a sweet shop complete with hand-dipped ice cream. For a complete listing of all the wonderful places to eat in Lebanon, go to visitlebanonky.com.
When preparing for Friday night's matchup, you have to have a winning game plan. Much like in football, a game plan is critical when it comes to life's big event. That's where we come into the game. The law firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has assisted the people of Central Kentucky for over 45 years. Whether it's closing on your new home, handling the estate of your loved one, business planning, or preparing for your family's future with wills and trust, we will call the right play for you. Like our Facebook page, give us a call, or visit us in downtown Springfield, and let Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain show you how our hustle and heart sets us apart.
Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Offices in downtown Springfield. 859-336-3901.
This is an advertisement.
Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. Getting ready for the second half. John, you want to pass along some scores before we do?
Yeah, thanks to the Jimmy Weddington. I've got Barchtown 19, John Harden 14, 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Didn't have a time, but I had Bethlehem 20, Eastern 6. That's got to be right before the half, too. This was a quick game for us. Everything's a quick game after last week's 4-hour marathon. That's right. So, pretty good games here in the area tonight. Good night for football. I think it's going to be cooler after this. I think we're done with the 90s. I don't know that we need to. You talked about Noah's Ark earlier. I don't know that we need to get as much rain as we did in Lebanon today, but a deluge, I think is what they call that.
Oh. Kind of gives more emphasis on Noah's Ark and them 3 lines. I felt like I was one of them 3 lines earlier today. All right, here we go. Thomas Nelson. Oh, little squib kick, and it's going to be picked up there right at the 48-yard line by whom? Thomas Nelson raising their hands. They got it. Did it go far enough?
It did.
Let's do the instant replay here. Brought to you by Dr. John Isaacs Jr. They're going to give it to Thomas Nelson, but coming out, what a gutsy play.
That is.
Yeah, there you go. Right on the money.
He did. Looks like Ethan Burgess backed up instead of taking care of the business up front.
Excellent field position for Thomas Nelson. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Washington County's got to shake that off. 49. They've got to stop here and get the ball. They cannot let this Thomas Nelson team put this ball in.
Downfield with the Generals. There's the snap. The give to the first man through.
Waylon Young on the tackle.
Nothing doing that time by Thornsberry. Thornsberry may have got a yard. It's 2nd down 9.
I don't know that. Did he get a yard?
Looks like they put it right back where it started. Maybe not. How about 2nd down 10?
Big tackle by Waylon Young. He had a great second half last week, and we need him to step up here as he's moved over to nose guard.
Out of the shotgun. Girdley takes the snap. The fake dump pass over the middle, incomplete. Almost picked off. Hughes almost over there to come up with it.
Brandon Coulter diving for that one. We got an injured Washington County player down.
Stop the clock.
I don't see John McDonald's number, so I'm betting that's John McDonald.
Washington County player getting up pretty slow, so a timeout on the field. They attend to the player.
He's not moving.
Does give us a chance to remind you next week we'll be at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield. Kentucky Country Day rolling into town. Non-district game, but a home game for Washington County nonetheless. Gets things started about 6:45.
He's looking at a knee. And it is John McDonald, the injured player, but they're going to get him up. Yep. All right, we're good. Whew. Tense moments there when you've got a guy like John McDonald down there, and they're not.
Yeah, a little gimpy on his right knee, but now he's still kind of hesitating a little bit. You'll have to hobble off to the sideline.
Kendra Belton does a great job as our athletic trainer, and if she thought it was something more than you're okay, she's not going to let them. All right, who is that?
Somebody's carrying him.
That I think that's Jackson. He just
like
picked.
Graves on the carry. Graves on the carry for 15 yards.
He just picks him up. Good job, son.
Tell Jackson he needs to count that.
Yeah.
Count them yardage.
Good.
Any yardage is
Hey, especially when you're a big guy. You get to carry. You don't carry the ball. You carry the ball carrier. Good job, Jack.
Third down. The give.
John Baker.
Left side, Thornsberry again. He's not going to have anything going. Fourth down.
You know, and how I throw those little tidbits in because I found out last week the boys were watching our broadcast on Friday night to get a head start on the film of what they did wrong. They went back. They like our camera angle.
Well, Jackson did that one right.
He did that one right.
Fourth down. Pack them out next time, Jackson.
Wasn't much on the cheeseburger comment last week.
He'll be all right after that one. Punting situation. Low snap. And now maybe a fake. Nope. We'll punt it away. High punt. And out of
that
bounds.
one's coming back.
So we'll see that one come back after it will.
Come on.
We'll say about the 30.
I was about to say, come on.
Oh, yeah?
Keep coming. Keep coming. All right.
I didn't think much more than that. 34-yard line.
I'll take
so
that.
Washington County will come out. So Washington County really need to get their wheels going. 10-13 to go in the third quarter of play. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0.
You know, the good thing about that, you push them forward. They got the ball to start, but your defense is held twice in a row in a big spot. So now you can build off that.
Correct.
Talk to the coaches. They were coming back up. They said, we're doing what we want to do. We need to clean up our mistakes. We're not worried about what Thomas Nelson's doing to us.
1st and 10 on the 34. Here's the give. Here we go left side.
Ethan Mattingly.
44, 45-yard line. Mattingly close to a first down. Haven't seen Ethan get the nod, but, of course, McDonald getting up slow.
I think he fell on the football. Knocked the air out of him.
Mattingly up and kind of walking around a little bit.
Yep. Good run by Ethan. He's a junior on this team. You know, good spot for him to come in. He'll get a lot of carries.
First down. Good carry.
Sean, his dad, played at Washington County, number 7.
Yeah. So that's his dad.
That is.
There you go. All right. 1st and 10.
It's Heritage Night here. We're figuring out
I like
everybody's
that. We'll
kids.
figure them out. Yeah. Here we go off the left side. Pass complete. Jack Pettis upfield. 48, 49, 50. Flag down the play. Thing is, for me, though, it's the kids of the kids.
You're to that point, aren't you?
I remember when Sean Mattingly played.
I do, too. He was a little older than me.
I remember when, I can even remember when Bill Pettis played.
Yeah, there we go.
And Mitchell Hughes played. Help me out here. I can keep going. Bobby Joe Mattingly played.
His son's on this team.
Yeah, so anyway.
Penalty was targeting to the head. That's a 15-yard penalty, automatically first down.
Washington County, automatic first down, and boy, it's going to put them in great field position. Going to move the ball all the way to the 35, Thomas Nelson.
You know, I'd be interested to see how many of our kids, I'm going to find that out by next week, how many kids' dad played at Washington County or other schools. It'd be a good thing to know.
On the 35, here come the Commanders with the give. Left side, Mattingly, another run. Mattingly 34, 32 to the 31.
Ethan's another one of those kids, kind of like Jack Pettis last week, that you're like, hey, okay. You know, and that's one thing Washington County's always struggled with, how is the depth. You know, we're good in front 11 and then the next guy up. But the next guy up has been pretty good this year.
So Ethan Mattingly is Skinner's
Cousin?
nephew, maybe.
Skinner, how is Ethan Mattingly kin to you? We'll
He's
just
kin
ask
to
him.
him. I think I'm right on that.
Family. See, Jimmy, he's already said
Yeah.
family. How is he kin to you, Skinner?
There's the snap. Baker back to Rose to the right. Pass down field. It's going to be complete. Will Pettis comes up with it. Shy of the first down, but still a nice gainer by Pettis.
Absolutely. Moving the football, and that's what we've got to do.
Man, as a magistrate, you got to know all these kin and
I
who's kin to
know.
what.
I
Come
know.
on.
Eastern 24, Bethlehem 20. Update from Jimmy Skinner.
I'm a little surprised there. And don't get me wrong, Eastern's a good ball club. But
Yes, they
I
are.
think Bethlehem's going to have to be. They're going to have to be dealt with this year.
Yes, they are.
3rd down and 4 on the 30. Mattingly on the give.
Fumble.
On the play. He falls on it. I think he got it back, but he's shy of the first down. 4th down, short yardage.
Ethan's a junior on this team. I've been around him a lot of years. First varsity snaps that he's taking the ball. John McDonald comes back in. Ethan Mattingly did a very admirable job. Great job getting in there, and positive yards on every one of his carries. Good job, Ethan. Sean is Elaine's. All right.
All sides. Thomas Nelson jumps. It's the old second sound, John, and I'll let you get back to that. A play that Jimmy Reed made famous here, changing the call play.
All right.
Will be offsides to Thomas Nelson. First down, Washington County.
Sean is Jimmy's nephew. Elaine and Ethan's grandfather are brother and sister.
See, I even knew that.
See,
When's that filing start?
November 1st. Right, that's fine.
You can forget me, buddy. Here we go out of the shotgun. With the give, straight up the
Push
middle.
the pile.
Right up the middle they go. 20, 19, 18-yard line.
I switched hats. I
You
put
don't
my.
have to-
I
You don't have to worry about my hat. I know you do.
Put
Hey,
my
I'm just saying.
put my football hat
Just
on.
rubbing you there.
That's fine.
Just rubbing you there, man.
How I don't have.
Take it from somebody who's been around for
I
25
don't.
years.
I don't have enough years to wear my football and my magistrate hat at the same time. I'm still new at this.
Yes, you do. I love it.
I'll get better.
Second down. No, you're doing a great job. Well, in the red zone, John, it's going to be a 2nd down and 7. We'll say on the 18.
I like the one-on-one matchup up top with Kobe.
I sure like the way Mattingly's been running here. I don't know. Give it to him again. The snap, the fake, Baker back to throw, but hold the phone.
That's gonna be a false start, Washington County.
That cost you.
No, timeout, Washington County. Okay. Whew.
Break
Makes
on
me
that
feel
one.
better.
Timeout, Washington County. We'll take a timeout. 6:39 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High school sports, a G&G production.
One of Diageo's newest additions is right here in Lebanon. Do you have an intense sense of ownership and a strong desire to master the bourbon production process? If so, Diageo may be the company for you. The Diageo Lebanon Distillery is now hiring for bourbon production experts. For more information, please visit the Lebanon Marion County Career Center at 516 Workshop Lane or apply online at www.diageo.com.
Putting people back to work. This is brought to you by the Marion County Industrial Authority. If you're in the market to find someone to fix that car, truck, or van, let me make a suggestion, because you got to go to somebody you can trust. Go see Philip Carrico of Carrico's Body Shop in Fredericktown. Carrico's Body Shop. They're at 3676 Cane Run Road in Springfield. But everybody knows, if you want to go to Carrico's Body Shop, head to see Philip Carrico in the Berg. That number's 859-284-5309. Carrico's Body Shop in Springfield. Or the Berg, I might say.
Here's Baker. Again to Mattingly. Mattingly right side. 18, maybe 17. He might get a yard on that one.
RPO.
3rd down.
Run pass option. Bo Baker's reading that in, seeing what he's doing. Whether he keeps it or takes it himself. I guess not a run pass option. It's a run option.
Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. 6:14 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Golden opportunity for Washington County.
Got to put this one in. Got to pick up first down here.
Third down, and they'll say 7. No gain on that last play. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap to Baker. Baker looks over the middle, and it's going to be way overthrown.
That is the second.
Incomplete. Intended for Will Pettis, but over his head, John. It's 4th down.
That is the second time I've seen us run, just not on the same page with where our receivers going. I think was it Will or Kobe? One of them run an in route instead of a go route. Both thought he was running a go route. Dang.
4th down.
Got to go for it.
Oh, you got to go for it. 4th down and 7.
If there's any kids out there that want to play football and don't know if they're big enough, be a kicker. We need a kicker.
Command on the commander. 18 trips to the left. There's the snap. Back to throws Baker over the middle. It's going to incomplete. Oh, had an open receiver, but it will be incomplete. Thomas Nelson will take over on downs.
Big spot, big ball.
Right idea. Had Pettis over there, and Pettis couldn't hang on to it.
Yep. A little bit of protection breakdown in there too, Hal. Yeah, I think he had to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
So 1st down for the Generals. Thomas Nelson will come out 1st and 10 on their own 18.
Defense has got to clean it up. We got to have a stop here. 4 and out. Be a good spot for that.
Thomas Nelson. Chase Girdley's been doing a good job, and he's back with the give on this one over right tackle. 30 down to the 31-yard line. Nice run over there by Thomas Nelson's Jacob Thornsberry.
Camden Abel, freshman, in there on that stop. He joined the football team the last couple of weeks, get a little playing time.
So 1st down, Generals. They line up. They're ready to go back to action.
Come on, guys.
Now the shotgun with Chase Girdley. The snap. The give. Here we go over right tackle again. I think that's Thornsberry. 35, maybe the 36-yard line. No more than that. Gain of 2. 3rd and 5, John.
Giving up too many yards. We need to pin them down back here and get the ball.
Thomas Nelson. They're not trying anything tricky. They line up the same way every time. The fake, the pass. Looking deep, it's going to be just short. Incomplete. Intended receiver on the far side was Blake Greenwell. It's 4th down.
Is it?
I think maybe it's 3rd.
I think it's 3rd.
It is 3rd down.
I liked 4th.
Yeah,
Can we go with you? I like 4th down.
If you get me a bottle of Windex, that may help me a little bit. That's the only problem I'm having here tonight. That's why I'm standing over you and Brother Matt Smith over here.
That's why I'm over here with my head
have
hanging
a
out a
good
window.
I appreciate y'all giving me the unclean window, but that's all right.
Hey.
32 years, you think I ought to be able to handle something like this. 3rd down and flags down the play.
Yep. That's coming back.
Flags down on the play.
False start. There we go. 3rd and 10 now.
So that'll move it back. Stops the clock at 4:41 to go in the 3rd quarter of play.
Got to take advantage of this. Let Thomas Nelson. They made a mistake here. Got to have a stop here. Can't give up a big play, Hal.
Your Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority scoreboard looks like this. Thomas Nelson High School 7, Washington County 0.
All right, hit that. We're up to 120. Hit that like and share button, everybody.
There's the snap. Back to throw. Girdley looking. Girdley still looking. Long pass downfield is incomplete. Almost picked off by Washington County.
I'll take it.
Now it's 4th down.
Now it's 4th down. Good defense by Washington County. He had plenty of time, was able to roll out of that pocket. Bo did a great job of not giving him the space to run outside to pick up the 1st down, and great job by the secondary for Washington County.
4th down and 11. Washington County.
I'm going to tell you
Will Pettis will back up to receive this.
You know, Eric was talking about secondary and had some questions. The secondary's played well tonight for Washington County on this defense.
Punting situation. Line drive punt. Pettis looks at it, takes it. Pettis off and running. Took it at the 38. He was house of fire. Got to the 42. But I like a play like that.
I do too, because if that guy misses, as we bring the replay up, if he's got one guy to miss and he picks up 25 yards, it's a quick punt here. You got one guy right there. Boom. If he misses that, you've got another 15 yards, Hal.
I like it. Grabbing it and go. Very nice. The
Senior
instant
decision.
Replay brought to you by our friend, Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., DMD, General Dentistry in Springfield. Thank you there, Twinks. First and 10, Washington County.
Good field position.
3 wideouts to the left. Here's Baker with the give. Here we go straight up the middle. Washington County, 45, 46, down to the 48-yard line. Mattingly again getting the give. He's really had a great second half.
I was just sitting there to say, we start talking about player of the game. I think we may have to add Ethan Mattingly's name in there. He's come in a big spot.
This third quarter play, he's really come in. He's come in handy because Washington County's second quarter till the last 2 minutes, they really didn't.
Stagnant.
Yeah, stale. Couldn't get anything going. Day old bread, as they said back in the day. Just couldn't get it going. Third down and 4 on the 48. Mattingly again. Mattingly 50. Look at him go. Mattingly, boy, hit
Took
hard.
a shot.
But I think he got the first down.
I think he did too.
Had to get to the 46-yard line.
He took a shot, and we got coaches losing our mind because he did take it. It looked like a legal hit. I don't want to say that. But he took a pretty good shot over there.
Got a player down on the far side.
Looks like Thomas Nelson's player. Can we look at that last play again? Let's look at that. Great. Ethan Mattingly's done a great job of coming in here. And he gets the ball and kind of pops off this right side.
Yeah, I like that.
And then
now look how he keeps going.
Yep, and he takes a shot, but hey, that's football. Great spot for him. I'm going to say he's probably 42, 43 yards in the offense right now.
And I don't think he carried the ball in the entire first half.
Didn't carry the ball all year.
Well, it was only in game number 2, so he didn't do it last week.
Yeah, well.
Did last year he see a little action?
Very little. Did on the secondary.
Games, did he?
Did on the secondary on the side. So, looks like a cramp down there on Thomas Nelson. But big spot, John McDonald takes he's tough runner, does a great job. And, it's tough when a senior goes out, but Ethan stepped right in there.
We'll keep it right here.
Who's number 8? Ethan Kreider was the injured Thomas Nelson player. Looked like he had cramps.
Washington County coming back out again. 3:22 left to go in the third quarter of play. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. Hal Goo, John Graves.
The
crew on hand.
The Matt Smith.
The Matt Smith. Pixel Phase Media. And Bubba.
I like it. Hal Goo, John Graves, the Matt Smith, and Bubba.
What a crew. Don't want any other.
I take them anywhere with me.
Leave our folks alone.
123 likes. Need some more. We got to break 130
First
this week,
and
guys.
10. We've already broke one record. Off the right side. Boy, nothing doing. Washington County caught up and brought down.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Good job by Thomas Nelson on the far side, catching up with Baker. I didn't catch.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. That was, I was trying to get there. Ethan Barnes.
Yep.
He did a nice job for Thomas Nelson.
Between the guard and the center.
Loss. So Washington County will now be 3rd and 14. Nose of the ball resting on the 50-yard line. Here's Baker, the snap, the fake, the pass, right side, too hard,
Too much.
incomplete. Same we saw, he looked for Pettis and over his head, 4th down.
Too much. He's getting some pressure. There's getting some defensive pressure up on front. This offensive line has been strong for Washington County. They got to continue to do that. They're not bringing any more than 4 linemen. It's 4-on-5 up front.
We want to thank everybody that's watching on Facebook Live because we broke our record from last week.
Christopher
So
Craig
thanks,
is
everybody.
watching.
We appreciate it as we've hit a new record from last week's game to this week's game for the amount of listeners that we've had at one time.
Yep. And if you
129. So give us a big thumbs up there.
Yeah, everybody hit that like button.
3rd down. Here's Baker. The snap. The give. Mattingly again. Mattingly spins around at the 45 to the 44, maybe 43-yard line. But another nice run by Ethan Mattingly.
Tough spot here. Do you go for it?
Well,
you stopped them twice.
Well, look at the data. 2:12 to go. Clock continues to run. I think you go for it.
I think you do too.
You're down 7-0. You got to get it in that end zone. You got too many people moving now. You may have to call timeout. Now everybody's settled in. Here's Baker. Bo Baker, right side. Looking, under pressure. Passes downfield. Complete.
Not enough.
But not enough. Thomas Nelson will stop. Coming up with the pass on the far side was Pettis. Incomplete pass. Or complete pass. 4th down.
The line never moved on that one. I don't know. The line never moved.
1st down. Excuse me. Not 4th down.
The line never moved on that one. I don't know if there was some confusion about what was going on, but all of your linemen are still staying right here. Never moved on that one. There's a lot of miscommunication there.
Yeah, it was really mixed up.
Yep.
Thomas Nelson will take over with 1:53 to go in the 3rd quarter of play.
Now your defense
They
has
lead
got to step up.
7-0. Moving upfield. Ball on the 43. Here's Thomas Nelson in the generals. The fake, the pass. Nope, the hold. Here we go off the right side. That's Girdley. Still looking, and he passes downfield. Interception by Washington County.
Pick. Noah Reynolds on that interception.
Comes up with it. No flag down. Let's look at it again on that Dr. Isaacs Dentistry instant replay.
Great job by the chase by Bo Baker on this. And watch this catch by Noah Reynolds. Catches it, takes a big hit, and holds on to that football.
Nice job by Reynolds to hang on to it.
If he doesn't hold on to that ball going out of bounds, it's not a complete pass. You got to all the way through to the ground.
Nice breath of fresh air for the Washington County Commanders. Reynolds rolls it in. 1st and 10. Washington County.
A lot of
Their
movement.
own 30. Yeah, it's just like we finished up on that last play, 4th down. Here we go, 1st down. Now, the step, Baker the pass, Reynolds the catch. Reynolds has a block, and Reynolds is off to the races.
Oh,
40,
good block.
45, 50, 45, down to the 43-yard line, but we're going to have a flag down.
They're going to call blocking and backing. Can we watch that one again? They're going to get Trayshawn Thompson with a block in the back here, and I don't think he did it. Let's see.
Here he comes.
I don't know.
It looks like he did.
Skinner. Hal and I are tied. Was it a block in the back or was it good?
Yeah, it looks like it to me. I think the official was on this one. I think the intentions were correct, but
yeah,
that's a block to the back.
I know.
So
I tried, though.
Oh, you're a good salesman. I think if you're down on the field, you might be able to make it work. You make it work on the field. I just don't think you're going to have any luck up here.
Man.
Yeah, officials are talking about it. If they pick that flag up and wave it off, I'll be very surprised.
Oh.
Nope, they're going over to Thomas Nelson.
Hold on.
Let's see
What we
they-
got?
They're going to wave it off.
Hey!
I am shocked.
I was right.
You were right.
I want to hear those words.
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm going
was
to tell
right.
you. You were right.
There we go.
But
I know
now,
that.
I'm telling you, when you look at it,
It was close, Hal. It was close.
what's everybody say? Good block player was
Turning toward the blocker.
Turning toward the blocker.
See, I knew Skinner. Skinner, thank you. Skinner, you
Well,
get a raise.
I'm going to tell you. I still think we copped a break on that one.
Well, we needed to catch one because we've not caught,
I'm
got
going to
anything
tell you
else.
that, hey, the run and everything was there, but it looked like to me that we got him in the back.
All
But
right.
anyway, it
Now
is what it is.
Now we got to
Hey,
capitalize.
Here we go. Washington County, new life. In Thomas Nelson territory, 1st and 10 on that 45-yard line, trailing by 7. Commanders.
Everybody, if you like that call, hit that like button.
Trying to get set up. I like it because, hey, I like it when you're right. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I'm on your side.
I know.
Here we go. Mattingly again.
Oh,
Trying to
no.
make the no. Big loss. They caught him all the way
That's
back
okay.
at the 46.
He's done that several times. He's got kind of taken that bad angle. If he will plant and turn, I think that's a good run. Can we hit 150 tonight on the likes and the watches?
1:05 to go in the third. Yeah, a big loss for Washington County.
Just gives us more room to work, Hal.
Well, that Reynolds run was really a classic.
It was.
Now you're at a second down and 18.
Come on, guys.
Let's see what Baker will do. Takes a snap. Back to throw. To the right. Incomplete. He has really struggled passing to his right side tonight.
They're going to get a flag.
And a flag down on the play.
That's going to be holding on Waylon Young.
Intended receiver was Reynolds. So a flag down on the play. See what happens here.
Holding.
I would think that would be the call. Holding, Washington County. I told you.
I'm not good.
Yeah,
I'm good at math, but what do we got? 20?
Used to say at the farm, a long row to hoe.
35 yards?
This is. They're going to put it all the way down at the 30, 35 yards.
And we've got to get to our 35.
So it is second down and 35. Here's Baker. Pressure. Gets out of it. Looking downfield. Airs it out. Has a receiver. Hits him at the 32. Flag down.
Noah Reynolds.
Nope, marking.
Yeah, I think it's.
Is that a flag? Well, Reynolds comes up with, it's a flag. Yes, it is a flag.
It's a flag.
Yeah, I thought it was a flag. Let's wait.
That's got to be a face mask or hit to head. It's got to be a face mask or a hit to head.
Well, that was a great catch. Let's watch it again.
Noah's pointing at his helmet, and wisely one of these players is taking him away. Let's look at this and see if we can see a great
Against
time.
Thomas Nelson. Oh, great catch.
Great catch. I think that is going to be
Yeah,
player
flag
leading.
was down. I thought it was the marking flag or the marking pad they throw to mark the ball sometimes, but
I could see that through
was
this
a
window.
flag. You didn't go to Dr. Saccone this morning either.
I didn't.
That's where I spent a couple hours this morning.
Have we got an official wording on this one yet? Well,
It
it's a
was against
15
Thomas
yards.
Nelson, so it was a
I don't see a player ejected, so
15-yard penalty on Thomas
big
Nelson.
spot there.
Yeah, puts a first down for Washington County. Mattingly on the give, he's caught up, brought down.
They've seen
They've
that
seen
one.
that one. Loss of about 3.
I like seeing
And I tell you what, we will finish up and put 4 fingers up because we're headed to the fourth quarter of play. We're headed to the fourth, 3 quarters complete here at Thomas Nelson High School. And after 3, Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 0. High school sports, a G&G production.
This community rallies for one another, and we have seen that firsthand here at the Crown Recovery Center. The recovery movement is sweeping across Springfield and Washington County. It's because of this great community we can show people what a life of recovery looks like. Just like the Commanders, our game plan is the same: win, develop strong leaders, and build a stronger community. From all of us here, have a great season, Commanders. We are all rooting for you.
Snap, snap, snappy tomato pizza.
We make your pizza with our authentic recipe.
Ooh, snappy tomato pizza.
Hand stretch the dough and it's made fresh daily.
Ooh, snappy tomato pizza. Snappy tomato pizza.
I'm ready for a snappy tomato pizza right now. 111 East Main Street in Springfield. Call 859-336-9888 or order online at snappytomato.com.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Halgu John Graves, Washington County really did well in that third quarter of play. Didn't score, but put themselves in a great position. Thomas Nelson leads Washington County 7-0.
More importantly, they didn't let Thomas Nelson score. We had 3 series that Thomas Nelson's had the ball.
Might be the bigger point.
1 first down and 3 and outs.
Couple big plays, couple big calls. That's what big games are about.
Player of the game.
Big plays and big calls.
We got to talk Noah Reynolds, and we got to talk Ethan Mattingly. for your Jesse Insurance Player of the Game.
Bo Baker, big sophomore. Out of the shotgun, back to throw. Looking dump pass over the middle. Complete. And away we go with Reynolds. 15 to the 11.
Same play they tried to run earlier. John McDonald dropped. Good spot there by Noah Reynolds. He putting his words in for Player of the Game.
Third down in a long 6.
You see?
On the 11. Yeah, I can see. It is just tough out of windows like this.
It is. I'll have them clean for you next week, Hal.
Oh, I love the Bennett R. Lewis field. The snap by Baker. Back to throw. He's lobbing it toward the end zone. Has a receiver. Looks for Hughes. Got him. Yes, there it is. Touchdown, Washington County.
Hadn't had many passes, but when he does, he makes them count.
Well, we saw that to success last week against Nelson County, and we'll see it again. Baker to Hughes.
Absolute great job. I think he drops a little pump fake, and then Kobe just goes up and gets it. You know they prepared for that, and Kobe still made them pay.
That old Bubba catching that up there. Attaboy.
Tell you what, he's learned some things this week.
He's come out of the dungeons. He's out of the B movies. He's up now for the good ones. It's the high snap, but it's a block by
big.
Thomas Nelson. Pettis tried to get that one through, but Thomas Nelson will block it. So, here we go. 11:14 to go in this one. Thomas Nelson 7, Washington County 6. You are listening to High School Sports, a G&G production.
What's up, football fans? The Springfield, Washington County Economic Development Authority wants to be your one-stop shop for finding a new career. Visit sweda.org/jobs to view current job openings right here in Washington County. Positions ranging from IT specialist, personal care monitor, safety and environmental, quality assurance, and many more. Full-time, part-time, whatever you may be looking for, we have something for you. So visit sweda.org/jobs.
To a farmer, a handshake is as good as a contract, and a man's word is something you can actually build on. So to have an insurance agent who's accountable, trustworthy, and dedicated to providing the best customer service possible, well, that sure does go a long way. And that's why the farmers in Lebanon trust Jesse Insurance.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue, across from the post office. Call 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Back here again at Thomas Nelson High School, Washington County. Perfect from Baker to Hughes. Hughes reels it in. Extra point block. Man, we got a different ball game going on. 7-6, Thomas Nelson by 1.
And, you know, Jimmy Wethington was like, go for 2, question mark on that one. I don't know that wasn't a bad spot as much as we've done. So
he's crafty, boy. Jimmy knows that stuff.
He does.
I'll be glad he'll be back with us next week.
Hold on. Should I take that personal?
Don't.
I'm not.
It's a compliment. Hey, listen, man.
I got to switch headsets
I'll
next
stay
week.
home next week.
No.
You and Jimmy do it.
Heck
hey,
no.
Listen, man, I'm a ham and egger. Thomas Nelson on the kickoff. Here we go off that left side, 30, 31. Flag down on the play.
That's going to be a block in the back on number 2.
Greenwell was the kickoff returner and a flag down. Boy, we've seen a bushel basket.
We have, and that's going to be on Luke McMahon. That's a block in the back against Nick Smurfett for Washington County. That's going to take them back 15 yards from that, so they're going to be starting on about the 14-yard line. That one I agree with. That was a block in the back. He was looking to earhole somebody.
So that'll move it back on the Generals. With 11:05 to go in this game. First down for the Generals. Again, they lead Washington County 7-6. You better call your neighbors and friends and tell them we got a ball game of brewing here. It's a good one. On 102.7 FM on the radio and also Facebook Live. New thing about having this area covered with high school football. We got you covered. There's the snap and hold the phone, the flag down.
There we go.
Start, Thomas Nelson.
Back them up, 5 more.
Come up. 2 quick penalties.
I guess I'm supposed to be neutral, aren't I? Sorry.
That's the way it's supposed to be. But
I try.
You got a son playing.
It's tough. It's tough. You do a great job of staying neutral. Me, not so much. I'll do better.
your son's out there. It makes it tough. Here we go. Still first down. The fake, the handoff, right tackle. 15, 16, 17-yard line. Nice little run by Thomas Nelson.
Be a big defensive.
Nothing fancy. Gain of a couple, second down.
Big defensive stop here because you've got them way backed up. You're going to get good field position if you can hold them in this area.
Second down and 12. Good ball game going here.
It is. Thomas Nelson has elevated their program, and it shows out here tonight.
Without a doubt. Second and 12. Moving upfield with Thomas Nelson. Out of the shotgun. There's the snap by Girdley. The pass off the left side complete. He hits Smith, and away he goes. Smith 30. Strong arm. Smith 40. Smith 50. Smith 40. He could go all the way. Smith 10. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Smith. Touchdown Thomas Nelson.
No flags. Is it?
Braden Smith for the TD.
Not a good spot.
Did you say you saw a flag?
No flag.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, we can show the instant replay on that one. It was a great run. That was a nice run.
And away he goes.
Breakaway speed.
Well, the senior said this was going to be his year. And that puts Thomas Nelson up 13-6. That run was
C12?
75? No, closer to 85-yard run. Point is, the kick is up. The kick is good. 10:04 remaining in this game. Thomas Nelson 14, Washington County 6. We're back in a moment. High school sports, G&G production.
Here's what they're saying about Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry in Springfield. I would definitely recommend Dr. Isaacs and the staff. They are super nice and friendly, fast and gentle. I love the place, and Elaine was awesome. Well, are you looking for the right family dentistry for you and your children? You want everyone in your family to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible, and Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr. can take care of everyone in your family with a regular checkup, fillings, crowns, or dental implants for that total smile. Dr. John T. Isaacs Jr., General Dentistry, 39 Bobolink Drive in Springfield. His number is 859-336-7680. WOKH, Lebanon, Bardstown, Springfield, 102.7 FM. A G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Heartland. Call or text today. Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
No squib kicks.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Halgu John Graves. Nice score. We figure around 75-yard run for Smith. Braden Smith. Extra point good. It's 14-6. Thomas Nelson with the lead. Kick by Thomas Nelson. Squib kick. They're going to go after it, but I think Washington County this time able to be on it. As a matter of fact, it was
Nick Smurfett with that one, sophomore.
Smurfett was able to come underneath it and hang on to it. So he secured it well.
You know, for Nick's a couple deep on the depth chart on some of your defensive series. You know, when the only time you're playing is kickoff receive and you get out there and get that to you, able to hold on to it, that's a pretty good play.
Thomas Nelson 14, Washington County 6.
I don't know what's going on.
Here we go, 1st and 10.
Come on, Commanders, let's go.
Washington County on their own 45. Here we go. Baker off the left side, incomplete. Threw it kind of in traffic that
He did
time.
a little bubble play that they tried to get to develop over on that left side, and Bo's just been a little jumpy on his passes.
Second down. 2nd and 10 on that 45. Hughes comes to the near side. Baker, the give, straight up the middle. Mattingly, I believe. At the 50.
I haven't seen John come back in. No, but it's John.
No, it is John. McDonald comes in, and McDonald's first run since in the second half. Right at the 50-yard line.
You know, that's kudos to Ethan, though, because we couldn't tell the difference between the two of them.
No, Mattingly did a great job. Even a contender spot in that Jesse Insurance Player of the Game.
I think so.
Third down. 3rd and 5 on that 50-yard line. Here come the Commanders. It's Baker. Give again. McDonald.
Oh,
he
fumbled
the
and
ball
lost
pop
it.
loose. Thomas Nelson comes up with it. Donald hit. Ball pops loose.
Yep. Wet ball.
Generals have it.
Defense has got to step up again.
Girdler comes up with it, is what they're saying. So Chase Girdley, comes up with it. So it's first down, Generals. Big play.
Big play.
14-6. Thomas Nelson. 9:13 to go.
We got a great ball game, Hal. We need everybody to hit that like, hit that share. Everybody give me a thumbs up if you can do it for us. Make sure everybody knows what you are watching. And cheer these Commanders on from wherever you are.
There's Thomas Nelson. Early out of the shotgun with the give. Left side we go 50, 49, 48, down to 46. Thomas Nelson's moving the ball well.
Too quick to that second level.
That time they went with Kreider. And Kreider makes it now a second down and about 3. Now they're going to say 2nd and 1.
I like your math.
I don't know.
That's 3 in Texas.
We'll think. Hey, I'll go with him. How about I split the difference? 2nd down and 2. And I'll make sure everybody's mad. Nobody will like me then.
That's 3 in
I
Texas.
can't give the Washington County or Texas. Yeah.
That's 3 in Texas.
We measure by tobacco sticks in Texas, so that's the only way we know. There's a snap fumbled by Thomas Nelson, but picked back up on the far side by Girdley. Girdley picks it up. Downfield, he'll move, gets about the 41. He gets the first down. And I tell you what, that's a player that's come out to try and make his team 2-0.
Yes, it is.
He's played well tonight.
You know, fumbled snap, you've got to have the defensive jump in there and grab that.
Yeah, no question. No question about that.
You've got him dead to rights, 5 yards deep. Can't let him slide by on that one.
8:15 to go in this game.
Still plenty of time.
First down, Thomas Nelson. They lead 14-6. So Generals of Thomas Nelson 14, Washington County Commanders 6. 8:03 remaining. Thomas Nelson moving downfield. 1st and 10 on the 43. The give this time goes to Smith. And Smith might get to the 41, and that's going to be a gain of a couple, 2nd down and long.
Tackled by Waylon Young on that one.
Number 12, Braden Smith, the ball carrier for the Generals. That's a gain of 1, 2nd down.
Got any scores out there? We sure would appreciate it. Skinner, if you got any you can pass along, we'll sure pass them along from our standpoint and give you all the audio credit.
Skinner said that last measurement issue we had was a City 2, a Texas 3. He said City 2. I added the Texas 3.
Well, we measure by tobacco sticks out there, you know. I figured he'd have said something about that.
2.5 tobacco stick lead here.
Yeah. 3rd down, 10 tobacco sticks to go. Here we go off the left side. Smith with a little movement.
Oh,
but
good
the
step
keeper,
up.
Girdley, nothing doing. He might get a yard. It'll be 3rd down long.
Dustin Taylor come in and kind of popped him just a little bit and gave Waylon time to get off his block and just stand him up at the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring 3rd and 10. Kudos to this Washington County defense. We just got to get the offense to kind of match it.
Absolutely. Thomas Nelson, you know, if I were working the offense, I would be letting some air out of that ball. I think still at this point, they're in a good field position here. 3rd and 10.
No hurry.
I'd keep it on the ground. Let's see what they do. The pass off the right side, complete.
Get him.
Downfield we move 40, 39 to the 38-yard line. Shy of the first down. It's going to be fourth down and about 4. But good contact with Greenwell over there.
It's like punt team coming.
Yeah, I would think they would punt it away. It's going to be 4th and 6. Or you do something very tricky and do a fake.
I think you kick the ball away.
You
Washington's
gotta
not
believe
been
they
able to
gotta-
move the ball.
They got to score, and they got to have the 2-point conversion.
Yep, just to tie.
Just to tie.
Dare I say extra football tonight, Hal?
Maybe.
I'll take it at this point.
5:43 to go.
With the spot we're in, I will take it.
We had 4 hours last week when Washington County defeated Nelson County. Punting situation for the
Timeout.
Generals and a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout.
Thomas Nelson.
5:31 to go in this one. Thomas Nelson 14, Washington County 6. High school sports, a G&G production.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky, has always been known as a legendary place for dining, and it still is. Lebanon offers great options for virtually every type of dining. Fine cuisine with a chef-driven menu? We have it. Country dining with a local flair? We have it. How about a great lunch spot? We have it. We even have an old-time fountain drink counter, a 50-style drive-in with the best chili dog around, and a sweet shop complete with hand-dipped ice cream. For a complete listing of all the wonderful places to eat in Lebanon, go to visitlebanonky.com.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, Hal Good, John Graves. Week from tonight, we're at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield. Catch us on 102.7 FM and also right here on Facebook Live. G&G Productions.
Greg Jury's enjoying G&G Productions from Naples, Florida. Go Commanders.
He's one of my favorite people in the world. Keeper on the fake.
Got it.
Fourth down. Left side.
He did.
Away they go. Laying the head down 35 to the 30-yard line. I think they got the first down.
They did and got it by a yard.
We'll watch that again for you Thomas Nelson fans out there. Came right into it and on the fake of the punt, Chase Girdley on the fake and the speed takes it down. First down, Thomas Nelson. And now it's time to see if you can just beat it down. Don't forget we do have post-game coming up for you. Player of the game, Coach's post-game show. Brought to you by Jesse Insurance. All coming up.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to worry about a poll tonight.
Back we go. Girdley, the snap. Little student body right. Downfield 30. Still on his feet. 25. Still on his feet. 20. First down, Thomas Nelson in the red zone.
Good tackle over there by, is that on that tackle? John McDonald cleaned that one up.
First down, Thomas Nelson. 12-yard run. Girdley. Well, and Dennis George, writer for the Kentucky Standard, had a great article with a preview that I used some information out of for the pregame, and he talked about two individuals. Chase Girdley was one of them. Braden Smith the other. Coach Peak is high on them.
Yeah, they played well tonight. And what grade are they in?
Seniors.
Thank goodness.
Wide to the left. Greenwell. Keeping it on the ground. They go to McMahon, who I think's had a good game tonight.
Yes.
Gets close to the 16. Lets that clock run. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. So who are you thinking for player of the game? 3:40 to go. Have you got some thoughts on that? I'll have to get John to.
I'm
Now,
kind of
let's
in
see,
between Ethan and Noah. I mean, they stepped up in a good spot
I like
here.
Ethan. I think he did a second half really good.
All right.
And Reynolds, yeah, I think you're on the right track. You want anybody to send you anything, a vote or anything out there? You know, you're kind of the, when it comes to voting, you like that voting
like
piece.
those votes.
If you don't, you shouldn't. You should, I should say. Right side we go with the run and the keepers. McMahon, look at him, he's still going. He is still going. First down all the way to the 5.
All right, John Harden 20, Barchtown 19, 5 to go in the third. We're going to go real quick. Ethan Mattingly or Noah Reynolds? Put your votes in right now as we've got an injured player on the
Jump
field.
on Facebook and just let us know. Anybody else? Like those two?
I like those two.
Those are two good ones to choose from.
I think for the spots that those two come up in, I kind of like those two. So
Ethan Mattingly.
Noah Reynolds.
Noah Reynolds. We'll see who you like.
You put that poll up if you got it.
We're going to put that poll up here in a minute. We're going to let you vote on that one as well. So if you're watching via Facebook, we appreciate that. If you're listening on 102.7 FM, thank you for also joining in on that. But we're going to put a small poll up here. We're going to try some different things, and we'll see if you guys can jump on board, and we'll let you pick that.
Eastern beating Bethlehem 32-20. Do we have a time left? Late in third.
Late in the third. Got players to down. So Bethlehem right now.
So we'll let the fans kind of get in here, and we'll give them a vote and kind of discuss amongst ourselves.
Players still down on the field. We'll always like to wait for the official to get them up and get them going before we start talking about the team physician, because this player's a big part. It's Baker that went down. Bo Baker, sophomore, up walking off the field, which is a good sign. So a good sign indeed. So jump on board for our ballot for the player of the game, brought to you by Jesse Insurance. Sarge Pollock, thank you very much for participating in our broadcast this year of high school football, which next week we're back after it again. It'll be a Friday night football game with Washington County taking on Kentucky Country Day. Be at the Bennett R. Lewis Field in Springfield, home quarters of Washington County.
On the last play, number 2.
First and go for the Generals on the 5. Let's see what they do. There's the snap, the fake, the give. Off the right side, the 3, the 2, still on his feet to the end zone. Touchdown. I didn't see for sure, but I do believe that it was Smith with the run as he took the give from Girdley. And Thomas Nelson scores with 2:32 to go in this one. Big score for the Generals. Your sweetest scoreboard report. Thomas Nelson 20, Washington County 6. Let's go for the point after. With the kick for the extra point. The set, the kick is up, and this kick is through the uprights and good. 2:32 to go in this one. Your score, Thomas Nelson 21, Washington County 6. High school sports, a G&G production.
There's an old football adage that says good enough isn't good enough. That's true on the football field and in life. When problems happen, when you need advice, don't go to an attorney who is just good enough. At Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain, our team commands excellence. We take your legal needs personally, whether it's fighting with the big insurance companies after a car accident or in a divorce or custody action. We will leave it all on the field for you. Remember, the attorney that you choose matters. So give us a call, follow us on Facebook, and don't settle for good enough. Let our team at Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain tackle the tough stuff.
Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Offices in downtown Springfield. 859-336-3901.
This is an advertisement.
Boone Farms is now hiring. Boone Farms is seeking quality candidates for Class A CDL drivers, full-time granary personnel, and diesel mechanics. Boone Farms is offering new wages with skilled position pay based on experience. Start your new career today with Boone Farms. For more information or to apply, contact Terry Thomas or Elizabeth Mattingly at the Lebanon Marion County Career Center at 270-692-6870.
Putting people back to work. This is brought to you by the Marion County Industrial Authority.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School. They count the 1 point, but it took them forever to do that. But they finally put the extra point up. 21-6. Thomas Nelson leading Washington County. They'll kick it away.
Hal, just a little check there. This is the 9th contest between these two schools. First year Thomas Nelson had teams 2013. Washington County is 7-1.
Here's the kick. They kick it away. Washington County will take it at the 15-20. 30, down the 40, down to the 44-yard line.
Cam Abel on the return, a freshman.
Good run out there by Abel. Puts them in good field position. But Washington County are going to have to really get to work. They're going to have to start, they got to come up with a couple of quick scores.
As I'm down here on the field now, there is a level of dew that's on this field, and I think that may be some of the gripping problems and would explain some of the stuff. I can't imagine. You can't see it from up there, the amount of moisture that's on top of this grass.
Well, let's hope Washington County and their offense can maneuver around that, because they got a long way to go. 1st and 10 here. They take it and they give to McDonald. McDonald upfield to the 44 and nothing doing. Boy, he's hit hard. No gain. Clock continues to run. 2:10 to go. Washington County not playing like a team a couple of touchdowns down. Now they jump on it. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Here on the near side is Hughes. Baker. Out of the shotgun. Baker looks over the field, takes the snap. Back to throw. Off to the right, looking for Hughes. And it's going to be picked off. Nope, incomplete. Incomplete. Intended for Hughes, incomplete pass. It will be 3rd down. So Hughes again. He was triple teamed down there. So the ball was there, but just hard to get to it. Eastern 32, Bethel 27. They are in the 3rd. Don't really know the time. Thank you, Jimmy. Pass left side, Will Pettis, and away he goes. 50, 45, down to about the 42. 1st down. Stops the clock at 1:33. Thomas Nelson 21, Washington County 6 if you're just tuning in. 1:32 to go in this one. Washington County trying to make some hay. Don't split up that offense. Here comes Baker. Baker puts Will Pettis where he wants him. Now they're ready. Here's Baker. Baker back to throw. Looking. Still looking. Throws down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver at the 28-yard line. Couldn't come up with it. Both players still down. John, did you get both those players? One of those Pettis?
One of them was Pettis, yes.
Will Pettis, one of them. I think the other player was Chase Girdley, and he's up. Looks like both players are up off the field. 2nd down and 10. 1:06 remaining in this one. Is that a timeout on the field?
Yeah, they've got a cramp down here on the near sideline about the 30.
I didn't see that. We'll take a timeout. High School Sports, a G&G production.
If you're in the market to find someone to fix that car, truck, or van, let me make a suggestion, because you got to go to somebody you can trust. Go see Philip Carrico of Carrico's Body Shop in Fredericktown. Carrico's Body Shop, they're at 3676 Cane Run Road in Springfield. But everybody knows, if you want to go to Carrico's Body Shop, head to see Philip Carrico in the Burg. That number's 859-284-5309. Carrico's Body Shop in Springfield. Or the Burg, I might say.
Keep me in a loop on what the total.
Back here. Again, time running out in Washington County. 1:06 to go in this one. John Gray's making his way to the field. 21-6 is your score. Thomas Nelson leading Washington County. 1:06 remaining in this one. And hold the phone. I think we're having another timeout. Timeout, Thomas Nelson. They're going to burn a timeout. So Thomas Nelson and the Generals will take a timeout. You want to squeeze in one more here, Matt? What do you say? Is it about time for an ID too? Well, we may take care of both of them. High school sports, a G&G production.
This community rallies for one another, and we have seen that firsthand here at the Crown Recovery Center. The recovery movement is sweeping across Springfield and Washington County. It's because of this great community we can show people what a life of recovery looks like. Just like the Commanders, our game plan is the same: win, develop strong leaders, and build a stronger community. From all of us here, have a great season, Commanders. We are all rooting for you.
WOKH, Lebanon, Bardstown, Springfield, 102.7 FM, a G&G live free production.
Are you tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Heartland. Call or text today. Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
Well, a moment ago, we had a pass play in Washington County and a flag down on the play. So I think we're going to have a pass interference. If that would be the case, that'll be a good place for Washington County to be. Yes, he is. No, you're right.
General's pass interference, 15 yards from the spot of the foul. Commanders first
So
down.
now it'll be a first down, Washington County. Good position, 58 seconds to go. And here's Baker on his own 30. Back to throw over the middle. It's going to be caught by Pettis at the 20, and he'll fall to the 18. First down, Washington County. Well, they're still going. Washington County, 52 seconds to go. Clock starts back. There's a snap. Back to throw. Baker looking for Hughes. Hughes incomplete. No flag. Looked at the corner again. Let's do another replay here.
Yeah, I'm
See
right
if we
down,
can catch it.
I am right down here on top of that one. That was a great thrown ball. Just a little bit too wide on this sideline here. Thought Kobe was going to come out in front of it. It happened about 3 feet in front of me.
Back to action with Washington County and 46 seconds to go. Thomas Nelson, 21. Washington County, 6. It is going to be a second down and 10 situation. On the 11, pass left side, incomplete. Baker threw that one away. It's third down. It's a third down for Washington County. 3rd and 10 on the 12. Have to get to the 2 for a first down. Thomas Nelson High School leading Washington County 21-6. Here's Baker. Baker takes the snap. The fake to get to McDonald. McDonald, away he goes. To the 10, to the 5, to the 3. He gets close to the first down.
We're going to mark him down at the 2.
That's where he had to get. I think it's going to be first and go. Did he get there?
Timeout, Thomas Nelson. Let me see if I can see.
It's a timeout, Washington County.
I'm going to say he got the first down based on what I see from here.
Hey, let's take one spot. 35 seconds to go. 21-6, Thomas Nelson. We're back in just a moment. High school sports, a G&G production.
Live free. G&G Productions. Live free. G&G Productions. If you like what you're hearing or seeing with this high school football game, then don't forget G&G Productions. If you want to be a part of the hottest football action in the area, if you want to get more from your business, you need to advertise with G&G Productions. Call 270-699-6920 or 859-481-2600. It's G&G Productions. It's live and it's free.
Washington County will get the first down. So first and go, Washington County. They're on 2. Wideouts on either side. Here's Baker. Look for the quarterback keeper here. Oh, he fumbles it. Falls on it. Daggone it. Second down and goal, and now on about the 5.
I can tell by that snap that it was going to be right. It was just going to be bow over the middle. It was a quick snap.
They got to burn another timeout, don't they?
Yep.
We're going to keep it right here during this one. You know, John, this has been a hard-fought battle, and Washington County's going to fight to the bitter end. But they're going to have even a tough battle next week as Kentucky Country Day comes to town.
Yeah, that's never an easy game. You can look it up and down their roster. They dress about 28 kids under 30, but they're all juniors. They're all seniors, a couple sophomores. They don't have one freshman listed on their depth chart. So KCD, not an easy task. Coach will have to get them back up and ready to go. Learn from your mistakes.
See a Facebook message from Teresa Calhoun. Thanks for listening. Keep the Reader family and Marion County football in your prayers, naturally. At the half, had a really nice little dedication from us on Rob Reader. So thank you for reminding everybody. Here we go. On the 5. Second down and goal on the 5. Here's Baker. Baker back to throw. Over the middle, it's going to be caught. Nope, incomplete. Had the right idea. Reynolds down there. Third down. Oh, Jack Pettis on that one. I stand corrected.
Yeah, they just hit his shoulder pads. He let it kind of get all the way into him. He didn't have another place to catch it, though, as he was going down.
John Harden, 26. Bardstown, 19. Early in the 4th. Man, am I surprised.
I am, too, on that one.
Third down. 29 seconds to go. Here's Baker. Pass off the right side, incomplete. Tried to loft it to Mattingly and incomplete pass. 4th down.
Just a touch too hot, and that's been Bo's MO tonight. Just a little. I mean, these misses he's had tonight are just so close. A couple inches here and there, and this is a different ball game.
Here we go again, 4th down and goal on the 5. Last chance. Baker into the end zone, incomplete. A little too hard. That'll do it. A knee, and Thomas Nelson will now be 2-0. Washington County, 1-1. Go ahead, John.
First time Thomas Nelson's been 2-0 since 2018. They'll go to 2-7 all time against the Commanders.
We thank you for all the votes for our Jesse Insurance Player of the Game. John will be interviewing in the post game that individual, as well as Coach Eric Sagersi of the Commanders. Thomas Nelson coming out. See a lot of new jerseys. One knee, and this one's history. Girdley back. Now he lines up. No, he's out of the shotgun. Thought he lined up in victory formation. Now he comes up, takes a knee. Well, hard-fought game. Commanders are going to come up a little short here tonight on the road against Thomas Nelson. Your final score, Thomas Nelson and the Generals 21, Washington County Commanders 6. Keep it right here. We've got post-game with the Jesse Insurance Star of the Game and the Coaches Post-Game Show. High school sports, a G&G production.
You work hard your entire career. Let Thoroughbred Asset Management help you finish strong and get across the finish line.
We have access to all types of investments. We have the tools and strategies that we need to help make your goals become reality.
And we will work in your best interest to help you succeed.
Come see us here at Thoroughbred and we can help do the hard work for you.
A warm hello, a friendly smile, Real people you're connecting to.
Springfield State Bank offers local banking at the touch of a screen. We've upgraded our internet banking with the latest state-of-the-art technology to offer online chat assistance, notifications, transfers between financial institutions, and much, much more. Our mobile banking has also been enhanced so you can now view check images through the mobile app on your phone and reset your password there as well. You can also log in with your face or thumbprint if your phone has that feature. Springfield State Bank, local banking with world-class service. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Knowing your dreams can come true. Your hometown bank. Built and growing on friendly service. Springfield State Bank.
If you're in the market to find someone to fix that car, truck, or van, let me make a suggestion, because you got to go to somebody you can trust. Go see Philip Carrico of Carrico's Body Shop in Fredericktown. Carrico's Body Shop. They're at 3676 Cane Run Road in Springfield. But everybody knows, if you want to go to Carrico's Body Shop, head to see Philip Carrico in the Burg. That number's 859-284-5309. Carrico's Body Shop in Springfield. Or the Burg, I might say.
Lebanon, the heart of Kentucky, has always been known as a legendary place for dining, and it still is. Lebanon offers great options for virtually every type of dining. Fine cuisine with a chef-driven menu? We have it. Country dining with a local flair? We have it. How about a great lunch spot? We have it. We even have an old-time fountain drink counter, a 50-style drive-in with the best chili dog around, and a sweet shop complete with hand-dipped ice cream. For a complete listing of all the wonderful places to eat in Lebanon, go to visitlebanonky.com.
This community rallies for one another, and we have seen that firsthand here at the Crown Recovery Center. The recovery movement is sweeping across Springfield and Washington County. It's because of this great community we can show people what a life of recovery looks like. Just like the Commanders, our game plan is the same: win, develop strong leaders, and build a stronger community. From all of us here, have a great season, Commanders. We are all rooting for you.
When preparing for Friday night's matchup, you have to have a winning game plan. Much like in football, a game plan is critical when it comes to life's big event. That's where we come into the game. The law firm of Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain has assisted the people of Central Kentucky for over 45 years. Whether it's closing on your new home, handling the estate of your loved one, business planning, or preparing for your family's future with wills and trust, we will call the right play for you. Like our Facebook page, give us a call, or visit us in downtown Springfield, and let Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain show you how our hustle and heart sets us apart.
Mattingly, Sims, Robinson, and McCain. Offices in downtown Springfield. 859-336-3901.
This is an advertisement.
There's a craving in this instant, disposable world for something authentic, something real. The farmer knows what it means to be real because they face real issues every day. So an insurance agent who can provide real solutions to those problems is something you can hang your hat on. And that's why the farmers of Marion County trust Jesse Insurance. People who understand things only a farmer would.
To hear more about their farm insurance products, stop by 101 South Spalding Avenue in Lebanon, across from the post office, 270-595-0000. Jesse Insurance, the agent with choices. Protect what you sow.
Back here at Thomas Nelson High School, getting your final score, Thomas Nelson High School 21, Washington County 6. It is time now for the Jesse Insurance of Lebanon postgame show. We're getting ready to go down on the field. We'll have our player of the game, and John Graves is ready. And let's go on down to John. John?
Thanks, Hal. Noah Reynolds, a sophomore for this Washington County team. Noah, you battled tonight. You battled last week. You battled tonight in a position you've not normally playing football. You've always played quarterback. We talked about it on the broadcast. Stepping in some big spots as wide receiver. How's that change been from throwing the ball to catching it?
I actually like it. I feel like it opens up more opportunities. I mean, we got a great quarterback, so I just filling in spots that we need.
You had a catch down here on an onside kick, I think it was, that you kind of received, took a pot. It's tough to hold on that ball as you're going out of bounds, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit tough. I probably should have caught it. Coach might not be happy about that one, but I just took it.
He'll talk to you more about that on Sunday, I'm sure, in the film. Thomas Nelson gets the win tonight. What do we got to do to take that next step? What are you expecting out of your players?
We can't hang our heads, man. Every time we got off a bad drive, we kind of just slumped, and we needed to battle back and just keep our heads up.
All right, Noah, we're going to get you a locker room. Quick drive home tonight. Jesse Insurance Player of the Game, Noah Reynolds. We'll bring Coach Seg in. Coach, all-time 2-7. We're 7-2 against Thomas Nelson, but this is not the Thomas Nelson of years past.
No, I knew that this is I think the best team we played over here. I knew it was going to be a tough game. I watched them play Marion, and Marion's not bad. When I watched the film, Marion had a lot of good kids out there. I knew we were taking a step up in competition. I knew this was the best Thomas Nelson team that I've seen on film as far as depth and their ability. So, they did exactly what I thought they could do. It's just one of them deals, man. I mean, our youth showed, and again, we had issues with some depth issues and things like that. And we turned the ball over at really bad times. But I thought the defense battled their butts off, and, offensively, they were trying to take away Kobe. They did a good job of taking away Kobe. And second half, we told our guys, the other guys got to make plays. They're going to double and triple team him. Other guys got to make plays. Guys make plays, and we just come up short. And like I said, mistakes hurt us, but that's what happens to young football teams.
A lot of talk between Hal and I and the viewers about, Ethan Mattingly, Noah Reynolds. Noah Reynolds got the nod tonight after his body of work 2 games. How proud of you are Ethan Mattingly to step up he had positive yards. I had him with 40-plus yards tonight.
Yeah, Ethan did a great job. I was proud. What hurt us tonight was, like I said, we turned it over at bad times. When a team says, okay, we're gonna double cover a guy like Kobe, and they're gonna put 2 over 1, and they're putting 4 over 3, you got to run the football. Well, we ran the football effectively all night, but we just got holding calls at bad times, and we fumbled the ball at bad times, and we made poor decisions sometimes, in the throw game. But I couldn't be happier with Ethan. I thought he ran the ball extremely well, ran the ball hard, came in, took good reps, and he's a great kid. He's a great kid. He does everything right. I always tell Ethan he just needs to play football and not think so much. Sometimes he outthinks himself, but I was proud of Ethan. I was proud of Noah. I thought Will Pettis played his butt off. I thought Jack Pettis played his butt off. I thought our O-line, Waylon Young, John Baker, all those guys, Jackson and Trayshawn and Ethan Bird, I thought they all played hard. We don't have a problem with playing hard. We have a problem making mistakes at bad times, and we'll just keep working to fix that.
Do you like where your team is at this point of the year?
Yeah, this is where, I'm happy with where we're at as far as our effort. We just got to clean some things up. We play one of the best football teams in 1A next week, so it's going to be an absolute grinder. And we got to take a step in the right direction against KCD, and to get our young football team going keep going in the right direction, and we'll win games.
MASH report saw Waylon kind of gimpy, saw John McDonald. Where do those 2 players stand?
They're good, man. They just play so daggum hard. Waylon literally puts his heart on the field, and so does John. So after a game, they're at this physical exhaustion point to where it's like they don't even know sometimes how to act. They're just tired and fatigued, and their body's done. But I mean, I think they're good. I think they're just at that physical exhaustion point that some people never feel in their life.
Yeah. Well, Coach, families out here as always. Did Colt lose any more teeth this week?
No, he's good. He's good. No tooth loss.
All right, good. Coach, we'll get you back to the family. Thank you tonight. Head coach, Washington Commanders, Eric Sagerson. Hey, we'll take effort. You can coach effort. Cleaning mistakes up, and you never know what this team's going to be.
Thank you, John Boy. Quick score. Thank you, Jimmy Wethington. Eastern defeats Bethlehem 46-35. I think that's a final. 9:38 left to go in the game, and it's Bardstown and John Hardin tied 26-all. Good one going on there. Again, our final score here tonight: Thomas Nelson High School 21, Washington County 6. We remind you our next scheduled game will be a week from tonight, Kentucky Country Day. And as Coach Sagerty said, one of the top teams in single A football coming to Washington County on Friday night. So it'll be a dandy one. We got that coverage for you. Starting at 6:45 with pregame. Kickoff will be at 7:30 right here on 102.7 and also the G&G production on Facebook Live. Well, special thanks to John Graves for his expertise on the mic. Again, Matt Smith, Pixel Phase Media, they're our buddies. We're working real close with them. Thank you for what you do. And Bubba Craig, the women's pet and men's regret on the camera tonight. He's the man. We're glad to have him a part of the team as well. Your final score, Thomas Nelson High School 21, Washington County 6. From Thomas Nelson High School, this is Hal B. Good wishing you and yours a pleasant evening. So long, everybody.